Testing, 1, 2, boop. Boop test. Roll call.
Ah! Alright.
Ah, reporting
Hello.
for duty. Okay.
I am. Ah.
Okay, that sounds a little bit different. How do you pronounce it? Because I don't want to get this wrong. Is it
Boop.
or is it
I believe.
Like, which one is it?
It's a little like boop or.
Okay, now you're just going.
Like,
So I just listen. I don't know what country you come from. I come from what personally? All right, we speak English there. I don't know what this language is. All right, we don't speak xenomorph. Okay, we don't speak Pootie Tang either. What are you doing?
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out
Choke
this
to you.
mission. So now there's like. So now there's 3 wizards.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out what the key is here. I guess I have to kill the 3 wizards. I mean, clearly.
Foregone
But,
conclusion.
well, they're fairly tough.
Fairly
but,
tough.
Like they don't seem impossible.
Well, you know. Wait. Are you up to the draw itself? Are you already up to it?
I'm up to the middle where I have to. There's like 3 wizards, and one of them's flying around trying to kill me, basically.
Okay.
And the others are just hanging around by a crystal.
Okay. What are you supposed to do?
It says eliminate hive until you find a way to clear the blocked path.
You know what I mean?
And there's all these. I mean, nothing crazy. But they keep spawning, and I'm just like,
So maybe you're supposed to kill them in a specific way?
I'm trying to figure that out. Let's see. Okay, well this wizard is still flying around, so I'm gonna focus on him.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna stop because I mean this is not fun, right? Just like me doing this and you're trying to figure out.
Well, I mean, it'll be nice if you get your gun, but how are you gonna figure it out if you give it up? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna? You know that? You know what you're doing? You're about to say.
What am I doing? No, I don't want you to do it for me. I wanna. Oh, and 4K. That would be the differentiating factor.
No, because you're playing it in 4K already. I'm just saying, we do everything in 4K here. So.
This is true.
Ooh, hold on to your laurels. Wow. 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 Wow, my cheeks. This is amazing. The most volatile forge I've ever done. Oh heavens! All right, so you gonna get out of there? I've got another round left, but
Yeah, I think so.
Who knows with these people? You actually need to forge the things. You can't just. I don't know. It seems good so far, but I've been lied to before. All right, let's get on this thing. Let's get on this crap. It is the expert playlist, okay? It is episode 139. Apparently, Luke Smith. Apparently, Luke Smith said that this is going to be an event the likes of which we've never seen. And I hope he doesn't mean that literally, because we have never seen it. I really hope we went deeper than that. You know? Like we literally haven't seen it.
Yeah, I really hope that he's going beyond. You just have not seen it.
I'm just saying.
Because we haven't released it. Get
Yeah,
it?
right. Like he would say that.
But no, apparently, apparently he thinks we're not prepared.
We're not prepared. And what are we?
Yeah, apparently we're not.
Clearly
prepared.
not. We're doing the Guardian games. We're absolutely not prepared. We're gonna be standing on podiums, doing all sorts of silliness when the Almighty is just going to crash into this thing from above. It's almost like, I mean, all right. Assume everyone's not like me. All right. Assume we're not part of that weird percentile of people that play the things and do the things and do the things with things. You know, what about people that haven't finished their bunkers yet? I mean, do they get to party? Like I've finished my bunkers. I have powered up all of Rasputin. Have you? Why do you get to play the games instead of power up your bunkers? Like the fate of the world is at stake. And Zavala was just like, hey man, if you haven't finished your bunker yet, just leave it. We've got hopscotch in the courtyard. No! Oh gosh. No? Okay, good. Silence? Alright. I'm just saying, okay, some of us have not finished our bunkers. I thought it was a bit premature to reward everyone, with imminent doom afoot. Imminent doom. Because, well, the season's not going to end next week. I mean, it's going to have what? We're going to have, like, I think 3 more weeks? 3 more weeks in the season?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, this is the last week of Guardian.
It says 33 days.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Okay,
it's like more like 4 weeks.
More like a month. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Yeah, because I'm kind of wondering. All things considered. Because we are going to have like another 3, so I guess it's going to be like another month of bunkers. Unless a major story beat happens. Something tells me that Jupiter cutscene that got leaked is for like the second to last week of the season. Because it's just a shot of a pyramid. It's a shot of a pyramid ship going over Jupiter. Titan is Jupiter's moon. So it stands to reason that'd probably be the cutscene for the second to last week. As Titan prepares to get consumed by the darkness. And I swear to Jeebus, I knew I recognized that shot from somewhere. Shit, that shot is from Star Wars.
Which one?
When they introduce the First Order's Star Destroyer in The Force Awakens, they show it flying over a planet.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like a giant triangle that slowly engulfs the planet to show the size of the structure. Kind of like how, the large Star Destroyer was chasing the Rebel ship in the original. But yeah, that's the same shot that's in Destiny for the Pyramid ship. It's the Pyramid ship just going over Jupiter.
Wow.
Like, hey, guys. Where the Light Guardians at?
Oh, man. Every time I think something really, really exciting is happening, it's like, I don't know. Somehow they disappoint
Season of
me.
Dawn was
I don't know.
fun.
I wish they wouldn't. No, yeah, I mean, I'm talking about this.
Oh, this season's ass.
Season of Dawn was fun. It was like there was so much going on. There was the whole Saint 14. Then there was the corridors. That was cool.
Yes. Yes. But that's the thing. When Destiny is at its best, it's using the lore, the strength of their level designers and artists. Their penchant for staging large scale, fun battles, and just making that all happen at the same time in their sandbox. And that's when it shines. You have to have all of those things. Like, the stuff you're doing doesn't matter without the context. The context doesn't matter without proper stakes. The stakes don't matter if you cannot see or tangibly experience them firsthand. You know, we weren't told about Saint 14 getting out, or we had to get him out. You know, we weren't told by another character, or just saw him walk out of a doorway. You know, we actually had to fight with him. And when they really make
that was so
yeah,
cool.
when they really make it around the thing, then it feels good and it's a cool piece of content. You're like, yeah, all right, this is fun. I like this. But this was like, all right, so they're like, okay, so you have to care about bunkers. And we're like, okay, all right, I'll care about bunkers. All right, all right. Oh, cool, it's cool down here. That's cool. What's in these bunkers? Oh, okay, a computer. All right. Oh, okay, there's a bunker. You have to clear out the bunker. All right, what else is in this bunker? A terminal.
No, that's it.
Okay, the terminal's in the bunker. And then, all right. So I have to do this every day. I gotta clean out Rasputin's attic. Okay, all right, that's cool, that's cool. Now, towers. All right, so the towers and the meat. I gotta do the towers. And then how do you do the towers? You defend the towers. And then you get the cells, you throw them at the towers. Kind of like Black Armory. Charging the forge. And you do that until the enemies stop coming out of the monster closets. Okay. And then what? And then what? After, you do that again. And again. And again. And surely there will be lore every week as compensation for this. What? What did he say? I don't speak Russian. Why doesn't he speak English? He's an AI. Why does his voice sound like this?
Right? Like, why does he sound like that? Why doesn't he just switch his language setting?
40-year-old smoker's equivalent of a robot. Just it's like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
Rasputin.
Really?
You know, for such an advanced piece of technology, he's got some serious communication problems. He communicates with classical music, garbled speech. What else? Bleeps and bloops.
Bleeps and bloops, classical music. Somehow Anna Bray can understand him. I don't know how, but I guess she does.
Oh, I thought it was because she spoke Russian. I don't know. Maybe she.
So the only thing stopping us from understanding Rasputin is that he's speaking in Russian. That shouldn't make a difference.
It shouldn't.
Because if it did, why don't we just send Saint 14 over there? He's clearly Russian.
Well, I don't know. Rasputin's very shy. You know, he only speaks to certain guardians.
Hell, he's not gonna talk to Saint 14. He probably knows Saint 14.
He might have to initiate his pseudo.
You're not gonna talk to the greatest Titan who ever lived?
He's
Really?
the greatest AI who ever lived. I mean, lived. Lived is relative.
Very
you know what? He exists. What are we doing on the Tangled Shore? Are you doing a Banshee bounty or something?
Well, I was. No. I was here talking to
good choice, my
spider. Giving the spider some of
yeah,
his
you're talking to the
jerky.
spider. You wanna?
Yeah.
Marvelous.
Well, I have. Let me see. I may have to actually go to the tower. I forgot. I think I have a I have to turn in. Well,
okay.
Let me
Let's go to the
hey,
tower.
do you want to do a mayhem? I feel like we need to.
Yes, I do.
This episode with some mayhem, while we catch up on the scuttlebutt, invading the Destiny world. So,
okay, let's
what
do
do you think
that.
Luke means by "we are not prepared"?
You were not prepared.
All right. Do you think this is that regular average, everyday you know, Bungie self-aggrandizing pomp, the likes of which would lead them to do an entire developer insight video for Guardian games. Given what
Oh my
developer
god.
insight video for Guardian games, given what Guardian games is. Excuse me. Laurels are fundamental. Yeah, so you know, we've known them to be very what's the word? Enthusiastic. Generous.
That's one
to
word
say
for
the least
it.
when
Yes.
describing their upcoming events.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it could just be some of that, you know. Um, Apparently, Paul Tassi, our senior Destiny
Mm-hmm.
reporter, believes that he's taking inspiration from a WoW World of Warcraft expansion.
Really?
I think it was called The Burning Crusade.
Oh, that quote? Okay.
Yeah.
So, did he really like
Hmm.
cross-reference it and see what it referenced to specifically in Warcraft?
Yeah. It's called The Burning Crusade. Apparently, what's his face? Luke Smith was like a major World of Warcraft beast.
Oh Lord.
Apparently, he was something called Scarab Lord. I don't know what that means. I don't know.
Scarab Lord.
Yeah, I don't know if that means that you're like a badass in
It sounds pretty badass.
Warcraft, or if that's just his.
And I was never big into Warcraft.
Yeah, so apparently before he went to work for Bungie, he was Scarab Lord.
So what does it mean when a Scarab Lord says, "You are not prepared"? The Legion of Doom will. Oh.
Well,
excuse
it's
What?
Okay, well, in the Burning Legion, apparently, a vast army of demons faces. Wow, this is complicated. Alright. The expansion name refers to the return of the Burning Legion, a vast army of demons being one of the main recurrent antagonist forces in the Warcraft universe, and whose last invasion was defeated in Warcraft 3, Reign of Chaos. This legion and its allies are the main enemies which Blaze will fight against the Burning Crusade, in addition to some new areas, blah blah blah. I don't know what any of that means, but essentially, he says we have the return of antagonist forces that have attacked before,
What?
Mayhem.
a vast army of demons invading the world, and old areas are being ravaged on the map due to the invasion. All of this, all of which I think checked out. Just all checked out, if you ask me.
Wow.
You gained the lead.
This is insanity. Insanity. Insanity has occurred. Insanity. I don't
What's
know.
happening?
I've spent the entire first 30 seconds of this game just hitting my left bumper. Oh, hey boo.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Hello. Uh-oh. Wait, gotta switch to my patented Nova Bomb.
One after another.
Uh-oh. We are in mayhem, right? Why is everyone using guns?
Because you have to use guns when you don't have supers or grenades, you nut. What do you do when you don't have supers or grenades? You just stand. Do you just stand still and not do anything?
No.
Of course, there's guns.
Pulling ahead. Keep it that way.
I mean, dude, that's precisely what Vorpal weapon is for. Precisely what Vorpal
Oh,
Weapon is
okay.
for. Guardians with their super active. I mean, I'm just saying. You saw that video where I shot someone out of the sky with the arbalest? His poor guy. He had this Fist of Havoc going until he got that arrow to the knee. The literal arrow to the knee. Oh gosh. Bollocks.
What? Oh.
Okay, this is the silliest thing. I got like a streak of 6. Are you kidding me? Oh gosh. This is the goofiest thing ever. Y'all are lucky I'm not a warlock.
No victory is certain, Guardian. Stand your ground.
Oh wait, that's the wrong Nova Bomb. No wonder I'm not getting as many people as I normally do.
Oh, you're not using the... Oh, you mean the
Pardon
one you have to
me.
aim like a human?
5 minutes remaining.
And not just hold the triggers and pray? That's the one that strikes fear into the heart of young titans. You know, it like follows us. It like follows you through doorways. You're like,
To the
you know,
heart.
you make noises that, you know, humans probably should not make.
Was that the
Yeah,
sound?
yeah.
You're breaking them.
Yeah, but I mean, you can still get a positive KD in Mayhem, you know. It is possible. You can just... Remember that Mayhem where I think I died like once? Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, that must have
It
been
was actually,
fun.
yeah, it was pretty fun. That and you like never really run out of ammo because if you do, your super's probably right around the corner.
Yeah.
A well-fought victory.
Oh, shiz. Oh, Mayhem.
Your light is blistering.
Oh, mayhem.
No wonder
Indeed.
gods fall before you.
So, what were you saying there? You were saying that, something about the crusade that burns.
Do you want to go to?
Go to the what? The tower?
You want to go to the tower, or do you want to? Or do you want to
Let me
keep
check.
going?
Let me check right. Let me check right there. It all depends on what stage these things are at. Let's see. Crab people. Crab people. Yes. Yes. Let's go to the tower. Bleh. Let's go to the tower. Yes. I have
Okay.
one,
Hold
two.
on.
I
Not
have
letting me the option
three,
to
I have
turn
3
things.
medals. Yeah, I have 3 medals to turn in. So yeah, I've got a gambit one. Let's see, a destinations one. The destination ones are easy. You could just do a tower and just kill everything that comes out of it. Yeah, because
Nice.
destinations, it's like it's like raids, strikes, and quests don't count. So it's like, oh, thanks. So, well, I guess I'll just go there and do a public event. Yeah, I have to get my. I got my laurels.
Okay.
I got my laurels popping. Yeah, I got my laurels.
You got your laurels popping.
We have to get your laurels popping. So after I do this, for your sake, I'm gonna switch to my warlock.
Oh,
That
I
way
appreciate
we're both generating
that.
warlock laurels. You know. Because how far along are you? You
Let's
believe me
see.
if I told you I just got all of my laurels? Deer is crazy out there.
I
It's
got.
crazy out there as a titan. I was just doing strikes, really. It's the best way to do
Let's
it. 'Cause
see.
there'll always be like a really
Oh,
greedy
yeah?
player, yeah, who just does their crazy super, like either a warlock with Stormcaller, or you know, a titan with what's it called? Bleh. Sentinel Shield. Will just frisbee everything, and there will just be laurels everywhere.
So I'm at 54%.
Okay, we need to get you more laurels.
More laurels. Yes. Collecting laurels. Final blows for supers, grenades, and charged melees.
I think my least favorite bounties are the Honestly, I think my least favorite
Wait a
bounties are
minute.
the ones
Is
where
it
it's
weird?
like, oh, kill enemies with smoke bomb, huh?
Is it weird that I have 2 of these challenges?
No. You have 2 characters.
No.
You have 2 characters, you just don't play as your other character. So it'll always have another one for you to pick
Okay,
up.
because one says 5% and one says 54%.
So you
And they're
so you
both the
picked
same.
up the week 2
Only
one.
only one
Well, there was a new one every week.
and
Yeah,
the
I
week
guess,
3
'cause
one.
there's one every week for
Oh.
there was one every week for all 3 characters, or for all 3 ghosts if you wanted to do them. If you wanted to earn all of them.
Oh.
Yeah, she said that.
Oh, okay. So I don't stop. I don't stop making progress, right?
Well, just keep the one you want to make progress on. I mean, are you asking
Okay,
me?
so let me just abandon.
Yeah, abandon the
this.
lower one.
I don't know. It just seems.
Are you gonna
weird.
do
Okay.
both of them? I mean, you could if you wanted to.
No, I'm just gonna do one.
Your hunter gets no love. What a poor,
What?
neglected hunter. Doesn't even get a special ghost.
Well, this is weird. Now both of them are gone. Okay, let's see. If I just pick it up again. This is really fucking lame. Because I feel like I just lost all my progress. by
Nah,
doing
I mean,
that.
when you delete
Let me
your
check
quests, you don't really delete the quest itself. You just remove it from your logs. You can still pick it back up.
Oh.
You lost it forever.
Okay, here goes. I see it.
You're fine. Oh, that black armor. Okay, there we go. Like, how dare you forge me a weapon at $9.99? What's wrong with you? No respect.
Yeah.
I get no respect. None. Well, I'm thinking something we've never seen before. Fine, I'll throw my hat in the ring here. I'm thinking we'll probably get something along the line of a galaxy somewhat in ruin. You know, I'm talking like dark color palette,
I think so.
dark creatures roaming around, maybe tookens. You know, maybe tookens.
Okay.
Maybe we'll get glimpses of the Veil or whatever the new enemies are going to be, but we'll never get to fight them directly. But we'll like see them influencing other enemies and doing things to them. Maybe. And I think Titan.
I like that.
Have a strong feeling that even though we are officially doing Titan dirty, I mean, it wasn't much of a planet to begin with. I'm sorry, guys. But even though we are officially, I think, doing Titan dirty, I think it'll have its own, like, introductory, like, level. Like, we'll be on Titan. Like, I'm telling you, Sloan, I'm telling you, while we're busy sitting here lighting holographic torches and acting like it's digital Caligula, Sloan is gonna send out a distress signal from Titan, and it's gonna cut all of our hooting and hollering short. We're gonna pick it up. Yeah, she's gonna report this mysterious disturbance. Then it's finally gonna hit Zavala in the head. Oh shit, Rasputin. You know, we're gonna radio Anna. Anna's gonna be in a bunker looking at the map. You know, she's gonna say Doritos imminent.
Wow.
What? Jeff Keighley pops up on the monitor. What? No? No, he doesn't. Okay.
Maybe. You ready to go? Or are you ready to?
I have a secret. I have a secret
Okay.
desire. that, you know, when the pyramids open up, it's just Jeff Keighley and he's leading the moth people. Moth people.
Oh god.
Dear, why did we get the moth people?
I don't know. I don't think we need
What do you
moth
mean
people.
you don't think we need moth people? When don't you need moth
We don't need
people?
moth people.
Moth people.
Like every day.
Moth people.
There's a lot.
Every day we do not
We
need
really
moth
do, though, because we've been fighting Hive, Fallen, Vex, Cabal for 5 years.
I mean, we could use with like a new enemy class.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
I mean, you don't think the moth people would be cool? That was a pretty cool looking design. Thought it was kind of dope. Moth people. Okay. Bungie's the one that drew them. I don't know why you're like, you're hitting me with the skeptical look like, oh, like someone didn't actually draw this and conceive of this for Bungie. Some poor artist's work is being left on the table. Some giant anthropomorphic moth creature left on the table. and you're happy with that. You know that would be creepy as feck. I'm all for it. I'm living for it right now. Boom! Shoulders. Shoulders.
We have survived the Red Legion before.
All right. I think we're
Wow.
I think we're ready. Do you want to do strikes?
You don't look too banged up.
I'm just picking up weaponries from the Banshees and getting my cheeks in check. I need some upgrade modules. Oh wow, I have a lot of Seraphite. That's crazy. I love it when I accidentally just build up shards and all sorts of...
A bunch of
Yeah,
resources.
it's about that time because I'm not really buying anything. I'm not upgrading bunkers, so it's climbing. It's climbing. We're getting back in the hundreds with the shards again. We're getting back there.
Checking,
You know?
checking.
190k
Nice.
on the Glimmer, and we're back. We're back to balling
Fun.
comfortably.
Ballin'.
Something new.
We're not poor guardians anymore.
We was Guardian
No.
Kings once.
Okay, good.
We was. All right, Drive Turkey. I will be right back. Where are you?
Okay.
Where you go?
Just-
I'd like you
and
to know I
then
gave
bye.
today's mayhem performance. Baka. Baka.
Oh, Bakar.
Did you not see? Are you not looking in front of you?
No, I stepped away from the screen for a minute, but,
Well, I was just letting you know that I gave
Oh, I see
today's
you now.
performance a... Yeah.
5?
You know, it was higher, but somebody went AFK
Wow.
and, you know, just left my shoulders swinging, not akimbo. And that is why,
Not
why,
akimbo.
boof, Titans.
Wow, you just went shopping. You went to the Eververse and you just picked up everything.
It's all bright dust. It all costs bright dust. I'm like, hey, I'm not going to pay silver for it, but hey, if this is like 200, this is like 200. This thing was like 3,000. And it matches your class when you whip it out.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, you can pick it up from test right now if you want. Right now. Right now. Right now.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see what she's got. High score, I see. Okay.
Alright, while you're doing that, I'm going to switch to my Warlock so we can Warlock it up in tandem. Arc Souls Akimbo.
Okay.
What is our next topic of topical topicing? Topically.
It's just
Topic.
wonderful.
I'm just going to keep saying topic. Topic.
Topic.
Topic bell.
Oh, well, it's not Destiny related. It's not. It's about the fact that apparently Cyberpunk 2077 contains first-person sex scenes. genital customizations with various sizes and combinations.
Okay.
It's been rated
I mean, I love that the world at large is finally catching up to video games and what they're capable of and the possibilities and you know, all of that stuff. But this stuff doesn't surprise me. It's so weird watching people freak out about, well, yeah, I mean, it's Cyberpunk 2077. You'd expect it to be an RPG with like a really high degree of customizability and, you know what I mean?
Well, I've never heard of any video game that has first-person sex scenes.
Well, that's definitely a first. I guess I'd have to see how they're portrayed because that just sounds strange.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a thing you can do, but I mean, Leisure Suit Larry's been around forever. That game is goofy. Never heard of that game, have you? It was just an old computer game where you played this like sleaze who's always trying to get into bed with various women.
Oh, look at you. You're a warlock. Oh, are you?
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh, no, you're still a titan.
Wow.
Never mind.
I'm glad my look is so unique that you can pick me out in a crowd. Or do I just look like everyone else? Your racism transcends destiny. Your racism is so real. I don't understand
How
this.
is that
I don't understand this. Like,
racist?
you just assume that some random warlock is me. What tipped you off? What made you think he was me? Was it his black robes? Hmm?
It looked like you had switched.
It did? What gave you that idea?
From behind, it looked like you were wearing a
It looked like
robe
I was wearing
instead
a
of your
butt flap robe. You know what?
Looked like you were wearing a leisurely robe.
You really
instead
like
of a
holes
towel.
and the digging thereof, don't you? Should we just call you Shia LaBeouf? Since you can't seem to get away from these holes?
Wow. That's one of them old
Well, Shia
references.
LaBeouf is infamous for many things. One thing that Shia LaBeouf in particular is infamous for is his ability to lay down a dope freestyle. There is footage of this event, curiously enough, on the set of Holes, where he is, just off set with a couple of the cast members, and they're just like freestyling in a circle, and Shia LaBeouf is just going and going and going and going at length. Holes and Shia LaBeouf had that connective tissue, with him in hip hop. Also, he did a freestyle on Sway in the Morning. He did the 5 Fingers of Death, which was awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
You have not lived until you've heard Shia LaBeouf rap off the dome. Okay, off the dome.
Oh yeah.
Believe it. Yep,
Off
he did
the
it to like
dome.
5 beats. I think they were from like Biggie and Tupac and Missy. And yeah, he did it completely off the top of the Heezy.
Nice.
So that's a feat.
He's a talented gentleman.
I mean, there have been rappers who have not been able to do the 5 Fingers of Death. So that's quite impressive. But yeah, it's synonymous with Holes and now Honey Boy, which I really need to see in this lifetime.
Remain vigilant, Guardian.
I have not seen Honey Boy yet.
I hear it is quite good.
We end the data
Okay, so we're gonna get the F out of here. Yeah,
Okay.
I think we're good to go. I think I have all of my medals and all my bounties here. Oh, I got a silver box.
So what do you want to do? Do you want to do So, do you want to do strikes, Crucible,
Well,
or
I've got some
Gambit?
strikes here. If you want to do some strikes, I'm down. As
Okay.
far as yeah. I mean, strikes will be the best way to get you laurels. So I say if you got some strike medals, we can do strikes.
Okay.
Equip yourself for maximum abilities.
Okay.
And pick up all of your bounties and such, and box away. So given
Okay.
so given the vast, are you going to be playing Cyberpunk 2077?
You're back.
Yeah, I mean, it's been hyped for
Are you
so
going to,
long.
A
And
prepared
during the Video
soldier
Game
is
Awards,
victorious soldier.
they had that really cool performance by Grimes. So that really got me into it.
and it told you everything you could expect from the game, did it?
No, it was just a really cool way. It was a trailer that was also a performance by a really unique artist that also created the feel for, like, it was just a really cool way to present the game. I don't know. What? Plus, we've been seeing so many, like, when was the last time we saw any? Like, I think we saw it in the Video Game Awards, we saw it during E3 last
Oh, yeah.
year. I feel like it's been in the works for quite a while, and we've been waiting for it
CD
for quite a
Projekt
while.
Red definitely takes their time, but for good reasons.
Mm-hmm.
That and they became a
Oh,
bit
yeah.
of a maypole for controversy for a little bit, so they had to weather that storm. This game has breasts in it. It's just I can't.
For that
Oh man,
game?
a ton of controversy. I mean, do you really think that a game that allows you to choose your own gender and be a modifiable human does not run into any share of weird shit with the weirdos? Of course it did.
All right.
So,
What was the weird shit?
explain the weird shit.
I mean, you don't have to go into it.
People get offended
but
when you don't
I
represent
don't
their
remember.
532 genders.
Oh, I see.
Listen, I don't understand why it's relevant in a game that you
532
can literally be whatever you want to be and live your life however you want to live it. Why you then have to... I don't know. It stands to reason. It's like, all right, we have to include everybody in the game, right? So that means that all of you are going to be vulnerable, to the perils of this world. No exceptions.
Mm-hmm.
You're all meat. Okay, so you're playing strikes
Right.
without me. Just want you to know that.
Oh,
You thought
I
what?
you had
How did you think
joined.
I?
Oh,
How did you think I?
you
How
said
did
you were
I did.
ready.
You didn't look on your screen and not see me there.
Yes. Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna go to
You are the
orbit.
crab. Wait, I think I can join you actually. Oh.
Oh, okay. Oh,
You and
perfect.
your 1002 light level.
Great, I'm just gonna hang out
You are
and wait
such
for
a
you then.
crab. So not only are you racist, but you're like Kevin's parents in Home Alone. Like, how did they leave Kevin?
What?
How could they possibly have left Kevin? I don't know. You think they would have noticed an entire child missing. But no. Same for
But
you.
they have like
Think
80
you
children.
notice like a
don't
giant
they?
spaceship. And you only have one to look for. One! Do you really want to hurt me? Just asking. For a friend.
I'm
Do
just...
you really want to make me cry?
No.
Do it, I'll forget it. Listen, I'm trying to be civil here. Okay. Have you inspected my cheeks yet? My cheeks demand inspection.
Okay, let's see. What's going on with your cheeks?
Isn't it apparent? Oh no, that's Curse of Osiris music.
Oh. You have the shell.
Osiris
Very
says he's
nice,
the
very
protector
nice.
of the forest. But as far as the Vanguard is concerned,
That's very
this
nice.
is your territory.
Getaway artist.
Mm-hmm.
Ornament there.
What else? What else? What else?
And
Mm-hmm.
ooh! You have the heir apparent.
Yes, I do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I would like to thank the crabs. I would like
You
to
know
thank all the
what?
crabs I stepped on in Gambit today. What? What?
And
What have I done now?
the crabs you stepped on in Gambit today.
Are you not pleased with my gangster? Oh my gosh, I just got it. That's why it was finally safe to leave my Titan. I was doing the last few medals. I decided to go for the triumphs that was like do forges and destination bounties and oh god, turn in 76 medals. And those are the easier of the ones. Okay. There's another one that's like get 25 kills with a super and rumble. Like okay. Yeah, you only have to do 7 of the triumphs to get the gun. Oh my gosh. What are you doing? Do you know where you are and what you're
trying
doing?
to find my way to the forest.
You have to go to the forest.
Yes, I do. I was
You have to
just
go to the forest gate.
yes,
Where the gate
I
to
know.
the forest is located.
Oh.
You forgot where the forest gate is.
Right. Yeah, I forgot. Actually.
That's you drive me crazy. What are we gonna do with it? This other person is way ahead of us.
This is the gate.
Just
Is this it?
oh, for
No,
the
this is
love
not
of
it.
butt.
Oh, here we go.
You got lost on Mercury. What are we gonna do with you?
Dang. I don't know. I got up to make some tea, and then I came back, and you weren't in the fire team. It got too complicated.
Because you don't look. This is why we will never light speed skip with you. Okay. You're gonna go straight into the monster's uvula. Uvula.
Like, where's...
Are you really getting lost on the smallest planet in Destiny?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where the gate is. I can't find it. Oh, good thing I have a vehicle, 'cause otherwise... geez.
Just hum the theme song to Curse of Osiris, and it will guide you. No? That works for me. That's how he soothed me when we beat Panoptes, and I was like, what? Oh, you don't remember that. You don't remember that.
Beating Panoptes.
I was like, wait, is that it? You were like, yeah.
I do remember.
So we beat Panoptes? I said, yep.
You were like, wait, is that
the
it?
Vex's dark future has been prevented, and you were like, yep. I was like, what?
I mean, it was fairly simple.
I mean, it's a wonder that
all
Osiris
we had
spent all
to
that
do
time in there.
was...
It was like it took us about a week. Like, how did they ever win any battles?
It took us an afternoon. I mean, I don't know how he got
Right?
lost.
All those paths in the Infinite Forest. Osiris really is a nut. He's like one of those old people you bring to the supermarket and they touch everything that's on sale, even if you're not gonna buy it. They just examine the box anyway, and you're like, why do you have to stop and look at every box? That's Osiris going through the Infinite Forest. As soon as he sees something remotely interesting, he just goes off after it, and Sagira's like, ah. Old man chases Cloud while yelling at it. Are you still lost? You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find
How
the
is this a
answer.
thing? How are you Warlock?
Oh wait, I think I found it. Oh yeah, I found it.
Does Ikora know that you weareth her drapes?
I was going the wrong way. I'm not wearing anybody's
Ikora?
drapes.
Does she know that you weareth her drapes?
I'm not wearing anybody's drapes. At least I can summon my vehicle now. I don't have to run
Did you
through
say
the
vehicle?
crazy hallway. Oh wait, now it's loading. Vehicle.
You are
yes,
still in that
vehicle.
first hallway? You might as well just
Oh.
bide your time to be joining Allied, my dear. You are... If you can still use your vehicle, you are literally in the first hallway, girly girl, man. Second in command. Cheek of cheekdom. We're gonna have some radar. Your radar and you workshops. I know the radar is turned off during these strikes. That's the painful irony of it all, but, you know, you catch my drift. We're going to have to do some, at some point, you know, one of those things. But yes, that's to say, try to make your way through the tunnels. I mean, at the point you are, you're probably going to get joining Allied. We're about to do the Sparrow part.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm probably gonna get joining
We're
Allied.
really chewing on this thing. I'm surprised they haven't pulled you in yet. They give you a lot of latitude to just
Yeah,
like,
I'm surprised too.
be like
I'm
5
surprised
instances
It
away.
didn't happen earlier,
Yeah,
to be
true.
honest. It's just letting me catch up with you. Like, it's so weird.
Oh, what now?
I mean, yeah, it's just generating the world in front of me and letting me catch up with you.
Really? That's cool. What does it look like?
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it looks like the forest is, like, appearing, but there are no enemies.
Oh, yeah, because we killed them. No, because we
Probably a
killed
glitch.
them.
Yeah.
Because we killed them already.
But you would, yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't respawn them, I don't think. I mean, it'll just keep generating the forest for you because we already opened all the doorways. So you're just running through it. But yeah. Wow. You pretty much...
I can't tell
You
these
pretty much
Cabal
stayed there
apart
the
from real
entire,
thing.
What's the difference? Vex simulations can kill. These copies have the same goal as
It's
their
okay, it's not your
counterparts.
fault. Mercury is
Find a future where
baffling.
the Legion wins the Red War.
It's like the moon in Destiny 1. We have very fond memories of the moon, but the moon didn't really become interesting until I think Taken King. You know?
Yeah.
You know, we forget the moon was a little bit bland before. It was kind of confusing. It was like, oh, hive thingy. Like, I feel like in Destiny 1, the Vex were probably the most interesting. As far as intrigue.
Yeah.
Definitely the Vex. And then the Hive were okay until Taken King when they really got interesting. Books of Sorrow, hierarchies, you know, Hive gods, worm gods. Then the Hive got really cool.
Yeah. The hive became really interesting during Taken King.
I think there's still, I feel like we've pretty much exhausted the storytelling potential of the Cabal. And as much as I love the Hive, their story is very much told for the most part. Aside from the few loose ends like Savathun.
I mean, Jesus, they've been hinting at Savathun.
Yeah, well, you know,
We haven't seen Savathun. Like, that's the
seems
crazy
like
part.
Destiny. It seems like in Destiny they're very content to have 3 plots going on at any given time, and there's always an irrelevant plot that gets shafted. Always, there always seems to be an irrelevant plot that gets shafted. There's like the plot that kicks off the game, that gets quickly forgotten about for some crazy B plot that then becomes your focus, and then the A plot just gets ignored while you do the C
Yeah.
plot.
Where's this Valis?
Wait for it.
Like,
Yeah,
did you notice that?
basically.
It's like this season.
Yeah, you start out, oh, now I'm getting
Yeah.
allied.
It's like this season. We started off, oh shit, the Almighty's gonna hit the Earth and destroy it.
Trying to flush us
Wait,
out of
no.
here.
Rasputin sees the darkness coming. So now we're focusing on Rasputin in the darkness. But wait, the Olympics. No, but seriously, triangles. But nobody's talking about Rasputin. And they did the same thing when Shadowkeep came out. It was like, oh my god, Scarlet Keep, Red Hive, Malite. And then that turned... and then it was like, no, but wait, the Undying Mind. Oh no, wait, Saint 14. Oh no, wait, Crab People. And it's like, alright, so now we're on Space Doritos the Almighty
It's hard not to admire the artistry.
and the
It's
potential
really not.
appearance of the Veil, and a second collapse is on its way.
Yeah.
Anybody going to address the Scarlet Keep?
Yeah, no, that didn't matter, I guess, because we just
Built
let
a
it
red
be.
castle on. It's built a red castle on the moon, and it didn't mean anything.
And whatever was on the moon, like, there's some, you know, if you listen to the
What
dialogue,
is that one
it's
pyramid
like,
ship?
oh, you know, these technically, like, whatever's going on with that, it's like, oh, yeah, well, these technically aren't even hives.
I still don't understand that. But I still don't
We know
understand
the way
that
out.
beat of it not
Try not to
being.
glitch any more cabal.
of it not
I don't
being
get that
alive.
whole thing. That's so
That doesn't
so
make sense
weird.
to my brain.
Because they look like hives, and
Who
they
said they
act like
weren't hives?
hives, and they build gross. You're ghosts.
He's a noob. Don't listen to him.
Mm, so I have a strong suspicion that I can't finish last week's Laurel challenge. It has to be this week's challenge. Because I just made no progress
What do
at
you
all.
mean? Well, I mean, you pretty much made no progress because you were behind us the entire level, not picking up any laurels, for the most part.
But I did pick up
How many
some
percent did you get?
laurels. Should have moved at least
Well, you
none.
didn't
That's
pick up
what I
any
mean.
laurels,
Like,
then.
it was 54 when I started. I did, though. Alright, let's try with the next one. It doesn't really matter because I can just pick up the challenge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can just pick it up. And still, yeah.
You break destiny. Did you break the bounty?
I really think,
Nose apparent.
I think I broke the bounty.
Man, we ran through that whole thing and I didn't even use it.
Ah!
I was kind of hoping you'd be here for it. I wanted to puff out my chest a little bit
Oh,
and
we can do it on
peacock
the
it.
next
I wanted
one.
to peacock it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I was feeling kind of peacocky. Kinetic precision kills create elemental exclusions. Yes. Kinetic precision kills. Yeah. Well, what does that mean? I guess an auto rifle. So apparently, you hold the left trigger to spin this thing up. So if you have full health, right? Get this. If you have full health, and when you spin up the weapon, it gives you an arc overshield.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
Where'd you
I
go?
didn't go anywhere. I'm right behind you. Yeah, see?
Okay.
Turn around.
Escape prisoners are destabilizing
Look
the
at that.
reef.
Because you have to spin it before you can
Back to
fire
finish
it.
the job.
Hey.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Wow.
Oh my gosh. I love it. As soon as I got the weapon, guess what they told me? They were like, oh, now that you have the heir apparent, now you can put an exclusive ornament on it at the Eververse store. Luke Smith, get out of my pocket. Luke Smith.
Prison of
Oh,
Elders
Jesus.
welcomes.
Oh, jeez.
Yo, where's my catalyst though? Where's my heir apparent catalyst that reduces the spin up time to near nothing? Where's the catalyst slot on this thing? This thing ain't got no catalyst? Boo. It doesn't have a masterwork. Oh well. I keep thinking, man, Jotun needs a masterwork, and then I keep thinking to myself, wait, what would they even do? Ooh, this is fun. Wrecked.
Ooh.
This thing has a magazine of 200. Good gravy. Did you
Jesus.
say Jesus?
Yes, I said Jesus.
Oh, dude, look. You're almost there.
Only
way to go deeper is past this prisoner
You
transport.
too will get eagles. Alright, let's go over here.
Oh, jeez.
Y'all are gonna get run over. It's silly.
Oh no! Ah!
Good lord. Wow, one train. That's a record. Are y'all really still back there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this mission.
Me
Got
too.
so much chaff. It's really hard to... Oh, wow. I have to hold the left trigger the entire time while I'm using this beast? Okay. I see. So what's stopping me from being a warlock, standing in a rift firing this thing? Oh, man.
Nothing.
Oh, heavens. Heavens to me. Oof. The delicious imbalance of it all. I love it. I mean, it does make you walk at a snail's pace while you're firing it. You can't exactly run while using this thing. But I gotta say, I kind of want to see how this thing works in PvP. And I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like you run slower using this.
I mean,
Do you? Hold on.
you.
Yeah,
you
you
probably
do. You run slower just carrying this thing. Yeah, just carrying it. You run slow, like a tortoise on ice.
Like a tortoise.
On ice. Don't forget the ice part.
Not like a lizard.
What is that accent? Are you trying to do a sassy black girl accent? Are you trying to be racist again? They are never. Twitch is never gonna
No.
make us an affiliate. You're gonna be like, why? Well, you know, Gabriel's racism. It's too much at times. It's just too much
On
at
my
times, you know.
racism.
I hope you're getting these laurels.
I'm getting some laurels, yes.
We should be arcing out. That's what we should be doing. We should both have arc souls, arc cheeks, arc neck bones, arc burgers, arc stew, arc and potatoes, arc burger, pan fried, deep fried, stir fried. There's lemon arc, coconut arc, pepper arc.
Lemon arc.
Yeah, like cause. Well,
Wow,
because
that's
I'm
a lot
doing a
of
lot of devour, so hopefully that's turning these. Is that turning them? No, it doesn't. Oh, that sucks. You know, if devour turned everything you killed into laurels, that would be awesome. But of course, we live in an imperfect world, so I'll just have to turn this entire middle section into laurels. Take it. Right? You see them? You see the laurels? Laurels that are the same class as you will
I
give you
see
3
the
points, I
laurels.
think. Everybody else's laurels give you 1. So.
Yes. Everyone
So
else.
warlocks
gives
can
me
really
one.
clean up on laurels, you know. Nicely placed grenade. I'm still doing devour? Wow. That's obscene. Wow, this is almost too powerful.
Ooh.
Oh, the train's gonna come again and I'm gonna die. Alright, and oh my goodness! Why? Why don't they have bells or warning bells or something to save the people?
For the train.
Think about the children. Yes. Boop. While Devour is active, my grenade is coming back really fast, so we're getting a nice like rhythm here of grenade, Devour, more grenade, more Devour, more grenade, even more Devour. What's sad is that the bounty that recognizes you using Devour like a lunatic doesn't really, I don't know, it's kind of borked. Wow. I hope you've gotten down on these. I have a ton. I got a ton of laurels back there. How about you? Laurel out. There's nobody
Yeah,
around
fair
me. Did y'all leave already?
Yeah.
Is on the march.
You're behind. You're in
No.
front of me.
Where are you?
Voodoo Beast.
Oh, I am?
You know what? Can't take you anywhere. What are we using today? What are we using?
Void.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the weekly. I meant
I
weapon
gotta kill
wise.
things. Oh, I'm using the 4 horsemen and this Rasputin.
Have you been
auto
getting
rifle.
down on the Warmind cells?
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah. Did you get any of the Did you get any of the special mods from the bunkers?
I don't think so.
I should try it. You know. There's cool ones that you get from doing Rasputin's bunker, like Grasp of the Warmind, that allows you to chuck them. Like, it allows you to pick them up and chuck them at people.
Guardian down.
Ah,
Uh-oh. Do you need my help? It sounds like you need my help.
if you would please bring me back, I would
Sorry, I was messing
appreciate
with my
it.
mods. But yeah, you can do cool things with Warmind cells. But you have to do the bunkers so that you can, because I think at integration level 3 you get a mod, and at level 5 you get a mod. Or I mean at level 7. I'm sorry, at level 5 and at level 7.
I see.
You get 2 special mods that help with your Warmind mod thingies. And one of the ones you got from the IO bunker was called Grasp of the Warmind, that lets you pick up these Warmind cells that you create. It's fun. You can throw them and stick them on an enemy's butt. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Like right now, I have Fire Team Medic on, so if you destroy one of my Warmind cells, it'll act as a med pack for the team. And what's it called? I have that on, and Rebel. Oh, and Hammer of the Warmind, which gives them disruption. Disruption, you know, cuts off your legs.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, that's cool.
That's alright. It's, I think I like the way my my Titan is set up better, because I have my Titan set to just throw them at things. And then after he throws them, I can just detonate them and, like, things get set on fire. And die.
Yeah.
This thing needs 1 more energy, and I don't have the resources to do anything to it. That sucks. What am I gonna do? You take reduced damage from enemies near Warmind cells. I guess that works.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll have to do. I need my recovery up so I can keep generating rifts. Snort.
Your resilience, you mean?
Whatever that is. Whatever it is, it's 100. It's 101. I got it, okay?
Okay.
You know, are they gonna pick up the Scorch Cannon? Y'all want me to trigger the Varric's
Oh, I didn't
voice.
see it there.
Dismantle mines, yes.
I'm gonna go for B,
Or
if you want to take A.
I'm taking A.
I'm gonna start clearing out this fracas. Too bad you don't get laurels from doing this. It's kind of pointless. I want my laurels. I'm using the controverse hold, but I
I
feel like
want
it's
my
kind of
laurels.
inconsequential.
What is it
Well,
supposed to do
it
for you
speeds
again?
up the charging of your void grenades, which is cool. But I feel like that's more pertinent when you're using handheld Supernova and not Devour. I mean, yeah, I get to charge up Devour a little bit
Yeah.
faster, but is that worth it? Like, is there another exotic you think I should probably use instead? Like the Stag or the Atrocite Verse or Eye of Another World?
Well, I'm using the what do you call it? I'm using the Cloth of Ahamkara because it gives me an extra melee charge, and you get laurels whenever you kill an enemy with melee. So if you notice, I've been doing a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
melee.
yeah. Do you have the Monte Carlo? The Monte Carlo
I do.
also restores your melee energy and gives you back melee charges. It restores melee
really?
energy on hit, and has a chance to fully restore it with a kill. So if you really want to be, in your melee bag, Yeah.
A mighty cabal.
Wait, maybe I can grab that beast from the vault then.
I'm gonna equip this thing. It's messing with my steez.
Stand proud. You survived the prison.
Varix doesn't sound like himself, if you ask me.
Retreat to airlock.
I mean, this just makes me miss Varix personally. I mean, I don't know. I want to go to the reef. What's Marisav been doing? Oh yeah, what happened to Marisav? What about the Dreaming City thread? What about Riven? And what about the Aham
Who
Karas?
knows?
We only had one Aham Kara? We only had the one, the Riven? That was it?
You fought.
The other ones are dead, I guess?
Your treasure awaits.
I'm telling you, I think that was really Zol. I think we really killed Zol.
You think so?
I don't know. I'm not seeing any, not seeing any viable replacement. Are you?
Yeah, I mean... I don't think that was Zol. I think that was... I mean, I think that was definitely Riven.
No, what, on Mars?
On Mars. Oh, yeah, I don't think that was
I
really
do.
Zol.
Judgment.
I think we gave Luke Smith too much credit. I mean, I don't know, because I haven't seen us return to that well, really. And I have no idea where the Hive storyline is right now.
Advance.
Or even why the Taken are
There's
still
a
around.
bunch
for that
of
matter.
little...
Like, the Taken are inexplicable. Woo! Woo!
What? No, it's
Blessed
not.
Devour,
I mean,
blessed soul. Man, out of my house with that ish! Why? Why? It went over his head. It went over his head! I hate video games.
Strategist. Aru.
I'm gonna burn to death, aren't I?
Time
is how I die.
probably.
She of little faith. Looks like I'm still alive. Haters. Haters get sprayed like Afro Sheen.
What's your scam?
Woo!
always
Look
have
at all these radiant seeds.
No scan.
My guardian just annihilated a small army
And-
to kill one servitor.
Woo!
You have an army?
Oh my gosh, there's too much stuff to pick up.
I just wanted to.
So it
Oh,
used
man,
to
look at
be
all
when
these
you were done doing the
laurels.
truth quest, there were 4 invisible platforms behind this right here that led to a ledge all the way down there. And oh, I'm gonna die. And when you got down there, that's where the truth was.
Oh, cool. Wow, that's actually cool. That's really fun.
Yeah. I don't know what the quest is now.
Yeah, so I'm not making any progress on this challenge, on this quest. They're basically making me start over.
So are you earning progress on any quest at all? Okay.
I am. I think, yeah, I am. I think to be safe. Can we just go? Can we just go back to the tower for a sec?
You're the leader of the crab team.
Yeah. It's because like this is basically an obsolete quest at this point.
That's weird. Why would it
Unfortunately.
be obsolete? I don't know. I wish I could answer these questions too. That's weird.
I don't know. Yeah, it's. I just picked up a ton of laurels, like a ton, and it was like it didn't move. I bet when I go back to the tower and I pick up this week's quest, I'll have progress on it.
Hopefully. Hopefully we're just not leaving laurels.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about laurels. The places you accidentally leave laurels.
Leaving laurels on the table.
When they're left. When they're left where? On the table. We don't do that here.
On the table.
Oh, we don't do that here. I should probably roll
No,
for
no.
another auto rifle. Did you get a good roll for your Rasputin auto rifle? I got one with auto loading holster and swashbuckler on it. I was pretty happy with that. Or threat detector and swashbuckler is nice, 'cause, you know, smack things if they get too close.
This one's kind of just okay.
Oh, just okay. Well, what's it got on it? What's it got?
It's got. Well, okay, it's got moving target, which is cool. It's got hip fire grip,
Hip fire.
whatever.
grip.
It's an
Oh,
auto
okay.
rifle. But, yeah. An alloy magazine.
Who but a what? Oh, what?
Oh, you know what?
I know who.
Increases stability. I'm gonna do ricochet rounds.
Nova bomb. Blah, blah, blah. Fire your bomb at Nova. Fire your weapon at Nova bomb to detonate it early. Warlocks need nerfs.
What?
Fire your weapon at Nova bomb to detonate it early. Y'all need to stop. Kills with this melee ability. You hear that? Devour. Kills with this melee ability fully regenerate your health. For a short time afterward, kills restore additional health. Consume your grenade energy to regenerate your health. Grants Devour. Nova Bomb creates a singularity and grants Devour. While the Devour effect is active, killing enemies extends its duration and recharges your grenade. Nerfs.
That's crazy.
Y'all need
What?
nerfs. Y'all just need
No.
nerfs. Y'all just
No, we
need
do
some
not.
nerfs.
Oh, actually, we don't need any nerfs.
Love the nerfs.
That
Just hit you.
powerful.
Just come out
as
of
we
nowhere and
need
just
to
hit
be.
you with the nerfs. Just you don't even see it coming. Just nerfs. Can't do it. How are you so powerful? I can't. Oh yeah, did you hear? Oh, I don't know if you noticed, but they fixed Fellwinter's helm.
Oh,
Yeah.
they did. What they do? They just broke it?
Well, it's been broken for like weeks. You can finally use it again.
No, but what did they do to make it usable? Because I know why
Oh,
they
I don't know.
stopped
I
letting
don't
us
know.
use
I
it.
think somebody found
right?
an exploit where you could like pause the game and it kept the explosion, like the element explosion effect, affected everything. Which is not what the way the helmet's supposed to work. It's only supposed to create element explosions when you kill them with abilities. And instead someone found a way to apply that trait to every gun in the game. Because we can't have nice things.
Man.
Because we can't have nice things. Nice things we cannot have. I know.
Oh, man.
Every time I see a certain kind of perk, I'm like, it's only going to be a matter of time before they break it. Somebody's going to break it. Surprisingly enough, they never broke the
Yeah.
Cerberus +1, which I think was funny. I like the Cerberus +1. I barely use it these days. I think it's fun.
I don't really
I
use
like
it
it. I
either.
masterworked it. It's got a cool secondary firing mode when you masterwork it. Like the Cerberus +1 is weird. It's an auto rifle that's more accurate. I'm sorry. It's an auto rifle that does more damage the further you are from something. That's unusual, boo. Usually you do more damage the closer you are. You're more accurate and you do more damage the closer you are. The Cerberus +1, in its auto mode, it does more damage the further you are from an enemy. So, when you masterwork it, it gets a secondary fire where it acts almost like a shotgun, where then it becomes more effective close up. And you instead fire all 4 barrels at once. Kind of like a close range scout spread rifle. Makes sense? Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Nice.
kooky weapon. I'm surprised that you haven't seen it yet. Like the
I think I
I meant the
probably have
catalyst.
it.
Because the catalyst really,
The
catalyst is what makes it really interesting. Oh,
Hmm.
they gave me boots. Yes, just what I always wanted, boots.
Nice.
I'll take these boots with pride.
Always
No.
wanted.
No, actually, I did. You know what? That's all right. I'm fine with this. They keep giving me this thing called Timeline's Vertex. I don't know why they keep giving this to me. I think it's like some kind of fusion rifle. It's a fusion rifle of some sort. Ooh, okay, so I have 1,002 boots. Should I put these in my legendary boots?
Yes, why not?
I'll put them in my boots. I have not bunkered yet. Or at least not on this character.
We can bunker before we go.
Listen, there's always time for bunkers. Okay, so did you figure out your Laurel conundrum?
Yeah, I figured it out. Basically, I needed to start over. So I'm at 9%, not 54, because last week's progress doesn't count, apparently.
Really?
Nope.
That's ass.
Yeah, that's ass. I don't know why they do that. That doesn't
I
make
guess
any
because
sense. Like, why doesn't my progress just carry over?
I guess because they had a different one every week, or did you pick up the other ones?
No, I didn't pick up the other one because I figured I still had this week. But then it looked like I wasn't making progress. So then I went to Eva, and lo and behold, the new quest had 9% on it, which means that all the progress that I've been making tonight has been toward that one, not the one I
So
already
you
had.
really do have to do it within a week then. Basically,
Yep.
like in a nutshell, you basically have to do it within a week.
Yep. That is correct. All right, I'm ready to go if you're ready to go.
Yeah, just give me a sec. I just need to pick up a, I need an auto rifle. Oh man. All right, well, remind me to go to a bunker and pick up a couple of the auto rifle bounties, because I really don't like this roll that my warlock is holding. It is not tickled the mind. It's not tickled the imagination. I don't like it. It has threat. It has threat detector and swashbuckler on it. Normally, I would condone these things, but I don't know.
Normally, you would condone
Yeah,
these
because
things?
that's a good close-up combination of things. That threat detector makes your melee, it makes your handling and your accuracy more powerful when people are close. And swashbuckler increases the damage of the gun depending on how many melee kills you get. So they're kind of playing together to make you deadly at close range with your auto rifle.
I see.
I'm just not sure about this roll. I'm just not sure about it. Anywho, don't let me hold you up. Where we headed?
Well, we can do 2 more strikes to get that fun medal.
All right.
And then afterwards, we should either do some crucible and or bunker out.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
Use defeat enemies. I hate that. As a stormcaller using attunement of the elements, defeat targets with the shockwave from landfall. I hate that.
She said she wanted to express
And
herself.
final blows with scatter grenades.
Gave her
That's
a
fine.
thumbs up.
I hate these bounties. Defeat enemies of defeat enemies with devour in streaks of 10 or more. Oh my gosh, I can tell you I did that like 5 times.
Down to the city and up again.
I am so glad. I am so
Yeah,
glad
that's weird.
that I have gotten this weapon. Now I will tell you, Eva, to get bit. No, I'm just not going to pick up any more of these crazy ass bounties.
Yes.
Damn it. Damn targets. I'm done. I'm done with your bounties. Well, no. even I think the last few triumphs I have for this thing are, I don't think you really need bounties for them. Let me see. Oh yeah, we can leave if you want. I'm good. Yeah, see, I have, how many more triumphs do I have? I have 8. I have 3 more to go. Ugh. During the Guardian Games 2020, earn points by completing Guardian Games bounties. Oh my gosh. And you know what's so stupid about this? I just realized this has different progress for all of my characters. So this is an individualized bounty. Yeah, like who has the most progress? I think my Titan does. So this one you have to do them with Guardian Games bounties, which is ass. This one is just to collect laurels in gambit matches, strikes, forges, and on destinations. Wow. I still have to collect 400 laurels and forges and 500 laurels and destinations. My brain is melting.
What?
Did you see these triumphs?
I do. They're really lame. Oh, wait.
You see all these things like Class Act is what you have to get to at least get the gun. And that's if you complete any 7 of these.
Okay.
But what? What were you saying?
Oh, I need to do at least. Oh man, these are not fun.
I mean, they really just boil down to play it.
But a lot. Like
what? Like gold medalist, you know, you just have to get gold medals. Like I didn't even do them all in a, like I went by and I just tried to pick them up just so I had them. And then they kind of just eat themselves. Quintuple threat isn't bad. See, it says redeem a gold medal for Crucible, Gambit, Strikes, Destinations, and Forges, you know. Yeah, let's go.
yeah, I guess I have to do one of those.
Yeah, redeem Forge or Destination medals. Like I just made a frame. Have you made a frame yet? That way you always have an option to go down to it. Okay. Hey,
No, I have not. But should be. No, I'm not saying that you don't know what you're talking about. It's just, you know, it's just honestly, it's just kind of annoying that they just are like do all this stuff. It's just like, whatever. It feels like I'm being given homework.
Well, yeah. It's a little bit busy worky, but boo. The Guardian games have been going on for like 2 weeks now. It's not like they expected you to do all of this in a week.
That, you know. Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I think it's a grinding I think it's a grindy fiesta. You kind of have to strategically, like if I only had one character, I'd probably be ripping my hairs out.
Oh, so it applies.
Yeah, these are account wide, so I was able to
do the triumphs are account wide.
Yeah, of course they do. There's no way I got 75. Okay. There's no way I got 75 medals with just one character. No way in heck. No way in heck. That would have been insane. No, that was like medals with this character, this character, this character. So I'm always playing somebody different. Yeah, we've all got medals. That was the only way I squeaked this one out when I did, because I was like, alright, I already had a bunch of destination ones from doing the public events on my Warlock, so I said, alright, I'm gonna do these. Because one of the triumphs was just to do 20 of either. And then I kind of did it that way. Like today, the only thing I had to do was like
Operation
get,
Caliban.
I think 8
Welcome
medals.
to the show. We've got several fire teams missing
Which
beneath
wasn't
the
bad.
arcology. We got one report a few hours back, but it's been radio silence since then.
This is combat search and rescue in extremely hostile
Did you get lost again?
The Hive are notorious for
Got lost again.
expect the worst.
Those
No, I
guardians
didn't.
are my responsibility. Get in, get out, and don't die.
Hey, who's trying to show off? Who you trying to show off in front of, fool? I know who I am. Tell him who I am, dear.
Uh-oh.
Ah, fish.
Oh, jeez.
I do not approve. Trying to fish a boot out of my helmet. You see that? Trying to steal my helmet.
Communicating via interpretive dance.
How do you think I keep getting? How do you think I keep making these really funny gifs? Sometimes I just love that they just happen like that. Sometimes like the hibachi one, that was perfect. Savathun's elevator is a place where all types of emote shenanigans go down. Yeah, you don't remember that gif I sent you of the hibachi chef?
Oh, yeah.
That just happened. Or when I started doing the coincidence and then all three of us were doing it.
That's hilarious.
It's the random people you emote with along the way.
The Hive are either trying to keep us out or trying to keep those missing
Okay,
guardians.
so
Uh-oh. Ghost is gonna be scanning things.
I think the new Pacific Arcology could be a really interesting environment if it were fleshed out a little bit. Like I would have loved to have run through this place kind of like Clovis Bray.
Yeah.
Gotten a glimpse of what an Earth colony looks like. It's like a some kind of shopping mall, right? Something like that. You see? War mine cell. See? Look. I can carry them in my fist. Ooh, look at that.
I imagine.
Hold on. Let me hit that thing. Let me hit him. Don't kill him.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I want to see what happens. Yes, look at this. Every time I hit something with a war mine cell, it generates a laurel. 3 laurels. Yeah,
Ooh, cool.
anytime I hit something with a war mine cell, a laurel pops out. That's awesome. These, you gotta get down on your war mine cell game, dear. There's 2 special mods at every single bunker. I don't know if you're gonna do them though, because they require a lot of playing and a lot of resources. Bungie and their nice scheme.
Just to
activate all the nodes inside of a bunker, yeah. Considerable amount. Like I'm just now finally seeing my numbers go back up gradually. Now that I'm not like upgrading anything anymore, and I have done what the community has so lovingly dubbed slot leveling. Slot leveling. Slot leveling is the leveling conundrum you encounter when you hit the level cap and you really don't have, like you've hit the level cap, you're really just increasing your light, and at the moment there's nothing you can really do to advance your light, like you're on cap. So you just start bringing everything else up to the cap.
Death and sacrifice.
All the weapons you're holding,
Cannot
all
find
the
a way forward.
armors, all the helmets, all the
Better to
okay.
save your light for another battle than be consumed.
Yeah, I've been there. Okay, yeah, that
We
makes sense.
understand, but we agreed to this mission. No one's backing down. What, Commander?
Like, I don't know what Luke
Are you
Smith
there?
has planned for me the next 2 weeks, because,
Please, you already took
yeah.
my ghost. Please.
Luke Smith, I did those bunkers when
I
they
mean,
came
you know
out.
what? That's a valid question.
I got nothing right
Must
now.
be one of the missing
I
guardians.
mean, there's a lot of
Tracing his broadcast now.
youth out there. Like, there's a lot of people who have just hit the end of what the season pass can offer. Like, what is there for you to do? What reason do you have to come into Destiny every day?
Well, I did have the heir apparent. Now that's gone.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Now that's
Yeah, I
gone.
really don't know what the
From
next
this
2
room.
weeks are about to look like for
Where's
me,
that
because
guardian?
they better have some quests or
Void
something.
light in
Can
there.
you re-roll for
Re-roll
it
for what?
sometime? For the air
For the
part.
what? I mean, the heir
Or no?
apparent's an exotic weapon.
Oh
It
wait,
only
no,
has-
it's an
yeah,
exotic.
only has
It
one
doesn't. Yeah, I just thought about that.
Now, you could say, well, no, I mean, even as far as bunkers go, I can go to Rasputin's bunkers and raise the integration levels and get another drop from him. But other than that, I can get more drops. I can
Void light
get
can
more
only
Seraph
be
weapon
created by
bounties.
guardians.
roll
I
for
don't
different
understand
rolls
how the
of
Hive got their
Rasputin.
claws on it.
The hand cannon, the sidearm, the machine gun, the shotgun, submachine gun.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no.
Wait, hold on.
Because as far as I can see, I think if you look at the roadmap,
This is
that's
a
all
cap
of the
on some
content.
kind of summoning
I think the
spell.
Heir Apparent was the last
whole
piece of
thing is
content for
being
Season of the
powered by
Worthy.
void light. The Hive are calling something to Titan.
Oh my god. So
No
for what are
wonder
we
they
gonna
don't
do
want
for the
company.
next
Well,
month?
you can upgrade your bunkers. Would you upgrade your bunkers?
Yeah,
Where?
but
Just heard a voice.
We copy. Who is this?
I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna
I
keep
just-
going and keep
That's
talking
it,
and hope that
though?
the signal
I mean-
gets better.
I love how you say this as if you've done it.
I'm just saying, if that's
These
it,
are
that
fueling
sounds
that summoning
like.
ritual.
Is there anything else I could do?
You mean
in
anything else
Destiny?
other than
during
the
that
focal
time?
point of the season?
I
You mean,
don't
can you
know.
do anything other than the point of the season?
So the point of the season is
I
the
mean, it's
bunker.
Season of the Worthy. How are we gonna knock the Almighty out of the sky if you don't turn off, you don't hard boot them Rasputins?
I don't know. I feel like Rasputin should have something else for me to do other than clean out his.
I mean, you can knock out those bounties and get them
Attic
war
every
mine
day.
bits. You can knock out them bounties. Have you done them bounties? Some of those bounties require you to play Gambit. Some of them require you to go to Forges. Some of them require you to go to the Reckoning.
Yeah.
Fix yourself.
Eagle 3 here.
I mean, I'm
Unknown
not
fire.
saying I don't
You are
wanna do
absolutely
the
saying you
bounties.
don't wanna
I'm
do
saying,
No, just us down
I,
here.
can I get some story? Can I get a reason to do all this other than the Almighty's coming? Like, can I get some seasoning
What
on
more
this?
seasoning do you want from bunkers?
I don't know.
You unlock mods.
Something.
You can actually
Anything.
unlock some
Can I get
mods.
some lore? Like, can I get? I don't want any mods. I
you
want
don't wanna
lore.
play
I
this
want like characters.
It's an
I
RPG,
want-
you nut, not a
like-
Telltale game. You have to play it.
Okay, so when I play it, do I
Not
get
for
lore?
free.
Do I get
You have to work
some
for it. You have to
story
play the game. You get
progression?
lore. You have to play the game to get lore. It's like actually do the activity.
Okay, so do you have
I have
lore?
far. Really? Do you think I don't
Like,
have more
do you
lore
have
unlocked than you?
Rasputin lore?
Have
don't
I done
know. What do
significantly
you
more than
have?
you?
Like, tell me. But
What do you
tell
mean,
me.
tell
Like,
you?
What do you have? Like, I'm really.
How about you
I'm
tell me your
curious.
lore?
Like, I'm
That doesn't even make
curious, like-
sense. Am I supposed to have memorized all of the lore I've unlocked?
What I'm saying is, what happens when you get to the point when you upgrade all these
We came down
bunkers,
here as a squad
when
of
you
9.
get through all
You
this
get all
stuff,
of the
One by
mods
one.
what
and all of the
happens?
Do you
get
gameplay
rip the
benefits.
light out of my best
cutscene?
friend.
You get
Do
all
you
of the
get
mods.
Funnel it into
You
some
get
kind
access
of
to all of the
crystal.
mods and all of the
They're
weapons
harvesting guardians.
and all of the features inside each bunker, legendary lost sector, and Seraph Tower event, like javelins, Valkyries, heavy frames, etc. Leveling up the season pass also gets you extra drops of the
These are
Rasputin
all
weapons and
guardians.
such, which helps you mess around with war mine cells, which is all the rage these days. War mine cells, all the rage. Now, if you don't care to play into the war mine cell system, I mean, if you don't want to learn a new way to play the game and you just want to play it the same way you've always been playing it, then it's not going to appeal to you.
It's not
That's
that.
really the crux of
I'm
it.
just
Like
saying,
the
like,
biggest thing about this season is the
It's not.
the biggest thing about this season, I'm telling you, is the war mine cell mechanic. So unless you are genuinely interested in leaning into the game and playing it a different way, the season pretty much has nothing for you. Like, that's what I'm saying, point blank. That's what it is. The war mine cell mechanic is the most rewarding thing about this season, because doing the bunkers gets you nothing else than more access to that style of play and more mods to mess around with that style of play. But that's about it. Aside from the weekly drops that we got of story when they unlocked every bunker, that was about it. When I unlocked all the
Well,
bunkers and all the
I'm-
things, they gave me a ship, they gave me an emblem, gave me the last 2 special mods, the void ones. Oh, you know, and again, all the stuff you unlock in bunkers makes doing the dailies easier and doing the tower events easier. Gives you javelins and robots and all sorts of stuff. But that's about it. It's all gameplay. It's nothing. There's nothing extensively lore-based about Season of the Worthy. There was supposed to have been a story about a guardian who was trying to stop the Almighty, and he froze,
We've been
suspended
able
in
to use the
midair.
void light against the
Apparently
hive
because
twice now.
his ghost,
Really? Then
his ghost
my
was
friends
trying
didn't
to
die for
revive
nothing.
him, but there was no future where the guardian actually reached the console for the Almighty in time. So the ghost couldn't revive him.
Oh yeah, that's the
Yeah,
part.
but again, even
You
that,
need to turn
like,
back.
it has something to do with the
Hang in
story,
there.
but it's
On our
not
way.
something, you know, again,
No!
that's the
turn
only
back.
other thing I can think of that had to do with Season of the
I know
Worthy
what to do.
specifically.
We have to turn the crystals against the hive.
Alright.
But there are no powered
You know,
crystals
there
in
wasn't,
this
it's not like
chamber.
we had a mission
What's
on the
plan B?
Almighty, you know, Zavala and Anna got to go to the Almighty.
You know,
Never
that, it
mind.
would have been a.
I
Going
wish
with that
I could have
plan.
gone to the Almighty.
But you said there
It
aren't
would have
any
been a.
crystals.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
me too. It could have been a cool opportunity to like explore that bit of lore a little bit more. That would have been really
I
cool.
mean, they already had a base level.
Like
'cause
maybe-
the Almighty was what, the second to last mission of the Red War.
Right, yeah. So it would have been cool if they had like actually explored that. Like, oh, you know, remember that guardian, the guardian from that lore that you found like a while ago? How about, you know, we go. If we had gone to the Almighty and like seen him there, that would have been really, really cool.
It would have.
And maybe
We
we
had
will
to,
do
we
that.
had to see Zavala
I
show
don't
off his shoulder pad.
She sacrificed herself.
I wish I could do that. Like, why can't I like tap the left bumper before a bullet hits you and just deflect?
I don't know, because you're not Zavala.
Right.
Just like,
But yeah, you know, I don't know. I'm sorry. I tried to get interested in the gameplay portion of the gameplay, but my 3 minute
I
videos
am
are
interested.
pretty long.
I do think it's cool. Again, I just think that it needs more
Don't wanna do it.
context. It needs more. It needs more context. It's not enough by itself. for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
I
did
mean,
not
I don't know why
die
you'd
in
need
vain.
story context to want a better playing experience, but that's fate.
Because the playing
No, it's not.
experience
No, it's
includes
not.
the
No,
story
it's
for me. That's I'm telling you. That's why.
But okay, whatever. The story has
But-
nothing to do with your stats and the way you build your character. Nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. That's aside from how you build your
But
character.
my
That's because
experience
you do not
in
know
the
the lore
game,
behind every
like
weapon you're
my
carrying, every move you're
connection-
using, and every piece of armor you pick up. You do not look at the lore behind them. The lore has nothing to do with that. That's all stat based. Your power level has nothing to do with the lore. Warmind cells, nothing to do with
No, your power
that.
level.
Discipline,
your-
strength. So
Okay,
it's aside
so
from the lore.
what I'm saying is my personal my personal enjoyment of the game is not entirely about. Well,
I am
you're
listening to
listening
you.
to me. I'm trying to tell you what I mean.
But okay. You're saying that your personal enjoyment of the
Okay,
game
that's
has to do with contextualizing what you do in the lore. And what I'm telling you is that that has nothing to do with the way you build your character. The way you build your character, the weapons you use, and what
That's
you
true.
equip has nothing to do
way
with the way
you-
the story is told.
That's true. They're not really connected in a mechanical way. But in order for me to enjoy games, usually I get connected with the story in some way or the other. Usually the
That's
story is the
fine, but
component
what does that
for
have
me.
to do with the mechanics of the game and you engaging with them?
I'm telling you that mechanically they're not connected, but for
Okay,
me, it's
Okay,
more
well,
than
mechanically,
that.
Warmind cells are connected to the story because they're produced by Rasputin satellites. That's why you need Seraph weapons to create
Yeah.
them. Warmind cells are dropped from Rasputin satellites. They are contextualized in the story, so why aren't you engaging with them?
It's just
They're
not
always
as
being
engaging. What? But excuse for
I
what?
don't know, for just not playing this game like an RPG. It's Doom with loot. Like, it's weird when you complain about having nothing to do when you blatantly don't play this game. Like, you go out of your way to not play
I mean,
it
I'm not
and then say, oh, I have
saying-
nothing to do. So when I say I have nothing to do, it's because I've done everything. When you say you have nothing to do, it's just because you don't want to do it. Like, that's kinda...
Well, I tried to
I
explain
understand
what
what
I
you
meant
meant,
by
but the
that.
end
Like, it's
result
not
is
that
you're just not
that
doing anything.
physically there isn't. I mean, I did do
Okay.
things.
It's
It's
the
just
minimum.
not. It's not the
No,
same
I
thing.
mean, I don't get it. You can, I mean, if you're
What?
gonna engage with it, the bare minimum, you can't really reserve the right to complain and say, oh, well, there's nothing to do, when you are openly refusing to do it. You're saying, oh, well, it's not contextualized in the story. I can
I'm
contextualize war mind cells for you in the story, and you still won't engage with them. So it has nothing to do with the lore.
I mean,
Well, that's,
all right. I don't know.
you
if
are
I'm
being clear.
in
You
what
don't
I'm
want to
saying.
play this game like a game. You want to play it like it's a dispensary for lore and story, which is fine. It has both, but you can't say there's nothing in it when there is a game to be played and you're openly refusing the game itself. Like, you could enjoy it on that level if you wanted to.
It's time.
I don't see why you can't, but you're literally choosing not to. Like, not even trying.
I mean, I am.
Fine.
It's
You know what?
just-
If I'm gonna say you're not, and you're gonna say you are while not doing it, it doesn't make any sense. You're not. No bunkers whatsoever. No mods whatsoever. One Seraph weapon. How far are you up the season pass? You want to say you're doing it?
2. Actually, 3. 50? 51? 52? 52.
That's doing it.
Guardian down.
Well,
That's
yeah,
not-
that is
that's
doing it. I
blatantly
have been
not-
doing
okay.
it.
You are not. You're probably okay. Fine. If not finishing a single bunker for 90 days is doing it to you, then fine.
Takeo,
I wish I could be
Wherever.
satisfied.
I think I'll probably finish 1.
we won't forget what you did.
Well, my goal really is to finish at least 1. There's 3. Realistically, I'm probably not gonna do 3,
could if you
but
wanted to.
I think I can do 1. I mean, not at this point. I mean, I could if I did nothing else, or if I was very disciplined about it.
I mean, you could. I could tell you how, but I feel like you've already convinced yourself. You can't. It's so easy. The base experience of just playing it. It's a game, you know. If it's all gonna be, you know, blore. It's a very small pool there. There's a game underneath it.
No, it doesn't all have to be lore. What I'm
Then-
saying is,
Then
It would
why
be-
use that as a shield for not
like
playing?
we
the
were
game
just
then?
talking. It's not. I'm not saying I don't want to play the game. Stop
You
doing
don't have
that.
to
Like,
say it. You can just
I'm
say,
just saying,
I don't
like-
want to do this, and then just not do it. Or I'll say, hey, this is how armor works, and then just not do it. And hey, this is how weapon works, and then just not do it. I mean, you don't need to say it. You're not doing it, is saying it.
This is how armor works. This
Yes.
is how. Well, I was about to say we were talking earlier about Season of Dawn and how that was really cool, and I
And you
totally
completely
agree.
skipped over the charge
We
with
were
light
doing
mechanic.
a bunch of.
Completely glossed over it.
Yeah, that part was confusing. Actually, I actually didn't know how to
You
even.
could have
go for
asked. I
that.
tried to tell you how. I tried to tell you. But you were like, oh, yeah, that's nice.
You
yeah,
did
okay."
tell me. No, you explained a number of times, and I heard you. It was It was
You pick a mod,
was
it appears on the helmet.
interesting to me.
It does what it says.
Yeah, it was interesting to me. You told me about it, and I understood it. It was interesting to me that the game didn't contextualize this for you in any
And
way. Like you were the only person who even
that's
mentioned
cool.
it.
So you had somebody that mentioned it for you. So you had, yeah. So that means you had every reason
Yeah.
to do it.
I did.
And
Anna, there's a giant hive creature attacking Rasputin.
It's a hive worm god. He's
Yeah.
called Soul, and he's going to tear apart
yeah,
Rasputin
it's like I said
unless you
last
act
week.
fast.
The game allows you to get
What
away
can we
with
do?
not caring about
Head to
too
the power
much,
station.
which is the problem
I've got a
because
plan to
you
take
just get
him down,
people
but I
that just
need
play
your
the
help.
game the same way for 5 years. Which is why when people try to throw up roadblocks in there and they're like, I don't have as much time to play it as you. It has nothing to do with time. It has to do with what you do when you're playing. You could spend 6 years playing this game and still not know what the hell you're doing. Because the time you've spent playing it really doesn't matter. It's what you do with that time. How you play the game.
Guardian down.
But
It is accessible in that way. in
yeah,
that
but it's
you
too
can
accessible.
pretty much get
It's
away
too accessible
with.
because then
It's
yes,
too
it's too accessible. The game is easy. I know you don't want to think this, but Destiny is not a difficult game. Destiny's not a difficult first-person shooter, and it's not a difficult first-person shooter with complex enemies that have AI. No, this game is flat. Every enemy in
That's
this
true.
game can be defeated the exact same way with the exact same weapons and the exact same tactics between all 3 subclasses. There's nothing inherently special or unique
Defeating Zone with
or
conventional
intrinsically
weapons is too
different
dangerous.
about the 5
We need
races and the
Rasputin's
way
help.
their mechanics work. There's
Luckily,
small
he's
grunt
given us access
forces,
to the Valkyrie,
slightly bigger
a
ground
powerful javelin
forces,
that's part of
maybe
his
1 or
neural
2 that
network.
fly, maybe 1 or 2 that teleport,
Valkyrie will
giant
give
ones
additional
that stomp
power to stop Zone.
AoEs, sentries that
We'll
fire
use
bullets from
Rasputin's
fixed
core to
positions. It's
overcharge
all
him.
the same thing,
Open the
except
cooling
it's
vents
just
on the inhibitors.
transmuted between
Then hit it
different
with
moves in
everything
different
you've got.
classes. If you were to say the game is inherently difficult, no, not really. The enemies are bullet sponges, yeah. The enemies do a lot of
No.
damage, yeah. That's where the difficulty lies in mob control. But as far as it being like difficult or an actual challenge to, no, not really. Not unless you're playing it on higher difficulties or like doing raids and things that require coordination. But no, this game's easy.
Yeah,
Game's
that's
flat.
what I was gonna say. Like the game,
and-
I think you're right, with the exception of things
See,
like raids. and
That
stuff like
flatness encourages people to deliberately not engage with the parts of the game they don't want to engage with. And people don't like to learn things. You know, nothing better than when you feel like you've mastered a game for it to throw something else at you and crack your ego. People don't like to learn new things over time. They like to play the way they want to play. They want to play. And you know, it's really on the onus is on the developer to develop their game in such a way that says, "Hey, you have to do this." Like, stop dicking around. Like in Dead Space, you do not have an option as to whether or not you want to use these plasma cutter weapons. No, you have to use them. There's no, like, there's not like in Dead Space 3 where there are actual assault rifles and grenade launchers that you can build in the game. But in Dead Space 1 and 2, it was mining equipment. It was all fucked up stuff, and it was like, well, you have to do it this way. Oh, but I don't like aiming over the shoulder. Well, too bad. Like, you have to do this. You know, if the Warmind Cell thing was baked into the game in a way that forced you to engage with it, people would. But since you have the option not to, people are just like, oh, I don't want to play it. It's like, all right, well, you know, bites. Because, you know, when we're giving story,
I
you know,
mean, to
story
be
comes and
fair.
goes, but this game is like 90% end game. You're spending 90% of the game playing it, not really engaging its story. It's mostly end game. So all that end gaming, it's like, what
To
are we
be
doing?
fair,
Like,
the
I don't know
War-
how people are satisfied doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again with no variety in the weapon
I'll try
selection,
to stabilize it.
mechanics.
Defend the area.
I'd lose my mind.
Yeah. So the Warmind Cell thing. I mean, until you told me what they're for, I didn't even pay attention to them. I was like, oh, that's weird. What's going
but
on
then
there?
did knowing about it electrify
Oh,
you?
check it out.
Did it make you want to unlock more Warmind things? And I don't think so.
it made me wanna shoot them and use them as little bombs. Now that I knew what they
More than
were.
just use them as bombs. You can, I mean, there's a mod called Fire Team Medic that lets you
And-
use it as a health. That lets you use them as health packs. When they detonate, they'll restore your fire team's
Now for
health.
the inhibitor vent.
That's awesome.
I mean, I don't know. We do this stuff so much that I don't know how people can do it the same way over and over and over again. Like, I gotta... Like, I'm happy the Warmind Cell thing is there because... Jesus. I'm running out of weapons to masterwork.
Core power levels approaching critical overload. Personnel are recommended to evacuate.
I already masterworked the Darcy. I masterworked the Prospector. I'm running out of weapons. I think the last thing I have is that rocket launcher.
Which
Yeah,
one?
the Wardif coil.
Oh.
Woo! Nah, I knew that was gonna
Oh.
happen. I led them over there
Oh.
though. I took one for the team. Yeah, I don't know. It's like I told my friend. You gotta set like, you gotta set personal goals in lieu of Bungie just guiding you by the nose. Because unfortunately, they have seasons like this that
Yeah.
just are inert. So it's like, all right, where am I gonna find the
Yeah,
satisfaction?
that
Well,
is true.
Great work.
I spent money
Get
on the
to the
season
core
pass.
before it goes critical. It's time to forge a new Valkyrie.
I spent money on this pass. You better believe. You better believe I'm unlocking all the stuff. And this season was easier than ever. I mean, fuck. Because of all the freaking Rasputin bounties, it went by like nothing. Much to my chagrin, trust me.
We could really use the
Oh my
Valkyrie
gosh,
right
a
now.
month in, I'd reached it. Good lord.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah. I
Right
feel
after
like
the
that's a
third
record.
bunker, right after the third bunker, I hit 100.
Alright.
I was like, oh no.
I need you to throw the
There's still
Valkyrie
60
into the
days
core
left in
and
the
force a full
season.
meltdown.
Alright. The side effect of doing all this is Season of the Bounties. I refuse to call it anything else. It was Season of the Bounties.
Complete
I
core
don't know anything
meltdown
I did other than
initiated.
bounties.
If you
And
can
finally
hear
they
this
figured
message,
out
you are too
that we don't
close
want to
the
spend...
core.
I mean,
The
we
energy
have that
levels
on our
for the
stream.
Valkyrie
It's like we
are off
have the...
charts.
Alright.
Let's
Guys,
see
you get
what
your
Zol
bounties?
thinks of cutting-edge brain
Yeah,
tech.
yeah, alright. Spend 10 minutes getting our bounties. It's like now we're gonna be able to get our bounties from
Yeah.
orbit? Yay! You mean the last city finally has the internet? We have the interwebs?
Remember, hey, remember when you used to
Laurels.
have to go to the tower to pop your
Oh
bounties?
god. Yes. I do remember this.
At least,
I
alright, so you couldn't just cash them in or whatever when you were done. No, no, no.
go back.
You had to go back to the robot.
Or back to Eris. Or back to
So,
Varix.
What is it?
Varix had House Judgment
Yeah.
An ancient worm
bounties.
god, one of the
Oh,
original few that
man.
made the hive
The
into
Yeah.
a
rounds. The rounds.
brought here by
Go
a
to the
fanatical
tower.
priest
Go to the
named
robot.
Nocris. Rasputin
go to
froze
Eris.
Nocris and Zol.
Then
Now
go
they're
to
loose.
Banshee.
We have to put down Zol for
Go to
good.
then go to, you know, your Vanguard.
Yep,
Then go to Varix.
yep.
Then go to Petra. Ah!
Yep.
Lord. And then Rise of Iron
Good
came out.
lord.
Then go to Shiro. Then go
And
to
then-
Saladin.
I've
Go
never
to
seen anything
Shiro.
so powerful.
Man, y'all are
Be
just...
careful.
I can't take this. Worm God. I don't know. It says Will of the Thousands.
Hey, at least they.
He's Will of the Thousands. I mean, didn't Riven have 1,000 voices? Lines up.
Yeah. It does line up, actually. So you think this is really
I
Zol,
don't.
huh?
I only know what Bungie's willing to tell me, and I gotta say, this, all right. And I think you'll notice this. I think we should have like a nice little retrospective if you want. We can if you want download and play Destiny 1 a little bit if you're down. Because
Okay.
I would love to impart to you an issue of tone. This game is very much like a action movie. It's like a Marvel movie, actually. Yeah, actually. It's a Marvel movie. This game has, like, you know, plucky, snarky characters, oh my god, Worm! World-ending threats that are dealt with by a small band of heroes, possessing unlimited powers. You know, there's wisecracks, there's villains of the week. You know, there's things going on. But it feels very immediate and in the moment. Everything that happens in this game feels, oh my god, it's dead. Did you shoot it? Because I didn't.
You did it. Rasputin is safe.
And that's a 10!
You know we've always got your back. Anna.
Yes!
And I got yours.
Yes! 10 points for the worm
I
killer.
love-
Yes. 10. That is a 10.
Yeah.
10, everybody. Here, come.
Though only dropped one laurel, that's BS right there.
That's how you know that's Lox, his stunt double. High marks for everyone. Yes, 9.8. Yes.
BS.
3 points for Gabriel.
Did you get all your strikes?
Yes. So yeah, it's an
Okay.
issue of tone. This is like a monster of the week. This is like Power Rangers. Whereas, it is. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm in Mighty Morphin Guardian Power Rangers. Like if Destiny 1 was what? I'm just saying, okay. If Destiny 1 was like Star Trek light, it's like kind of Star Wars light, you know, where there was just this very lived-in universe, and you happen to just be coming in at a very particular point in its history in order to affect change in a way that only your character could have, hence the name Destiny, you know, you being in the right place at the right time, etc., etc. It was more about you discovering a very lived-in world that had a history behind it that you had to catch up to in order to acclimate and survive within it, right? So, in Destiny 2, it doesn't really feel that way. It feels like this is the universe, this is the present, and the only thing that matters is the future. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel as lived in or so much like you're catching up with the history of a world that's left you behind, more than you are just plotting a new course. And I think that direction is inherently less interesting to take because when there are droughts or gaps, you don't, it feels like the world is empty and like it has nothing to offer because it doesn't have that like lived in quality that the original had. Like the original is very dark in tone. I don't know if you like it, you know, it took some writing twists and turns in order for the story to actually take itself less seriously, but the original still has a very dark tone to it, a very dark feel about the environments and, you know, the state of the world post collapse, the characters, the facts, all of that is shrouded in a lot of mystery and darkness.
I want you to get in there and figure out what they know.
This game is so, you know, when you don't have anything to do or you don't have anything to discover, it really feels like the world is just kind of empty and left you behind. You didn't really build on that darkness. We kind of went in a different direction. You know, the darkness doesn't consume you.
True.
Your light fades away. You know?
And the reasons for that are so puzzling. It's like, oh yeah, we didn't really know what the darkness was.
The darkness is a wonderful catch-22.
So
Apparently.
yeah, that was just like,
Well,
what?
you know, it's wonderful because, well, you know, it's like the thing said. Excuse me. The traveler's bet is that it could empower a people, and instead of thinking that they're powerful enough to be a little evil every once in a while, having that absolute power that corrupts, that they would instead, you know, create a small community and protect themselves and preserve a good way of life. So the proposition of the darkness is really, you know, I don't know if it's kind of a catch-22, because well, if you're going with the side of the light, then you are going with the idea that sword logic, the might of the mantra of might is right, i.e. right to exist.
Great. The Cabal
The
are
mantra
here.
of might is right is wrong.
I have been monitoring Vex
Right?
transmissions.
Like you're defying the
Cabal
darkness.
are
The
invading
darkness
the
is like might is
installation.
right. The only thing that deserves to survive are the things that prove that they can through strength and through conquering and through slaughter and through. But that is fundamentally disagreeable with the light's philosophy. However, here, in order to fight the darkness and eradicate the darkness, you have to use its logic. So if you defeat the darkness was right. If you join the darkness was right. And if you lose, like, or if you go with the light, then you can't kill the darkness. Like, it's a catch-22. Because you have to destroy the darkness in order to get rid of it. Meaning that you'd be proving the darkness right by destroying it to get rid of it. That's fundamentally against a light principle. So it's like, whatever proposition, whatever you do, the darkness kind of has you locked. You're kind of locked into proving it right either way. This is why we have, what's it, guardians like Shin Malfur or whatever that's running around killing darkness guardians. Because it's like, or any potential, yeah, like the guy that scorched the people. And remember we went to the Ascendant Plane? And we saw that guardian that got vaporized.
Oh, yeah.
Guardians that even show a remote hint and wanted to commune with that BS. It's like, nah, man. Because it's inherently flawed. Like, taking that proposition, taking that bet, so to speak, to heart, is flawed. You can't do it because you have yeah, it's impossible. The only way you can ever get rid of the darkness entirely is sword logic.
Guardian,
Because that's what it practices. You have to be stronger than it to kill it and get rid of it. So, by defeating it, you're proving it right.
True.
And by losing to it, you're proving it right. You're stuck. You're kind of stuck.
Well, I don't know. I don't know that you're proving it right by defeating it.
How else would you have defeated it unless you did so through your own might and will? Proof that you do deserve to exist.
Okay, true. But you're not only fighting for yourself, you're fighting for humanity.
Yeah, individually. But
and you essentially are not humanity.
No, but we are using...
You are the opposite of humanity. You are what should be an abomination, according to third logic, right?
What are our actions indicative of?
Your actions indicate that you're stronger. However, we have cheat codes. You know what I mean? Like, we're not...
The Hive also dabble in
we're not
resurrection,
stronger.
So they do cheat as well. But they do use sword logic. I mean, what do we do if it's not sword logic?
Well, just... I want to point out that sword logic is not something that it's not something the darkness invented. No. Sword logic is what the Hive call it.
Okay, but it's still the same concept. You know, whatever you call it, we kill things, we get stronger, we build off that strength to kill even bigger things, to kill even bigger things, to kill even bigger things.
Kind of.
How kind of?
Yeah, kind of. Well, because what the darkness is saying, you know, when you read that whole unveiling lore book, is that...
Are you trying to...
To prove your right to...
Okay.
What? To prove your right to exist, you should prove your ability to survive. Like, that's the ultimate test. If that's the ultimate test, humanity fails that test inherently because it's not able to survive by itself.
Yes, humanity failed that test against the darkness. They did, absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
And. Yeah. But I guess if we're talking about us individually, then yeah, we prove our right to
Guardians
exist
in general.
by
Yeah,
killing
Guardians
the
in
darkness.
general do that.
Guardians in general. Yeah.
That's how we fight off threats. You know.
Yeah.
We had to become Hive in order to defeat a Hive god. That's raw. That's pretty on the nose survivalism and sheer will.
Right. We
Yeah.
need one more.
Turning
Keep
into
an eye out for
Ascendant
another
Hive.
Cabal drop or Centurion.
You
That
know,
was
integrating
cool.
Siva into our armor and weapons and using it to defeat an abomination. Going into the Black Garden, communing with a Hive, communing with an Ahamkara, communing with a Hive god. You know, we have done a lot in the in favor of. Excuse me. We've done a lot in favor of becoming something more than what we are. So much so that we're apparently unstoppable up until a point, which is why I think the only thing that could have possibly ever defeated us was us. There's
totally
no
agree with
way. There's no way we accrued over 100 titles and then got killed by something stronger than us. Like, it seems so weird.
Yeah.
So.
I think that's where Bungie's going with that, and I think it would be. It's really. I actually think that's really cool.
Well, I could totally see divergent timelines or divergent pathways being a thing if you indeed got the choice to be a Darkness Guardian. You know, there's a reality where you said, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know, he's actually right. What's the Gardener even doing? F the Gardener.
F the Gardener.
Except we have friends and we have the benefit of hindsight. We have kooks like Osiris. We've got people that are versed in time travel and parallel universe theorem. So, you know, maybe there's a way you can get around it, but there's a lot of causality in this timeline. And something tells me that we're gonna run into some Terminator-esque paradox where it's like, all right, this has to happen. This had to happen. There had to be two collapses. Laurels.
And it had to happen the specific way.
I mean, Saint 14. Saint 14. The way Saint 14 gets his shotgun is just enough of a mind fact that would make James Cameron, you know, give him mild nightmares.
Yeah, it's like, it's a perfect paradox. I love that. It's so cool.
Truly it is. Truly.
but you're right. James Cameron would be sitting there, but.
So wait, you got the parts to build the weapon, but the weapon couldn't have existed unless he had died with the weapon. So you got the weapon off his dead body and restored it to a working place, so you could then give it to him, and that's how he gets it, so that he can fight with it later and die, so that you can find it later and give it. Oh God! Yeah, it's ridiculous. Same thing with the Bastion. Oh, I'm gonna leave. You know what? He's dead. But this was his favorite weapon. I gave him this favorite weapon once upon a time. I'm gonna leave it here on his coffin.
Once upon a time.
When he finds it in the past, it can become his favorite weapon that he can take into the future. What? Yeah. So there's a lot of that going on. A lot of loops of causality. What in the?
That was super cool. I really liked that.
Look at that. See that? See what one more mind cell does? All those enemies dead. There's
Cool.
something called Warmind's Grasp. It increases the range, so you can just turn those things into nukes. I mean, there's mods in the Arc weapon set that if you stand near a Warmind cell, your defense goes up.
What?
Yeah, you can even use them as passive buffs. Just sit right near one. You can do more damage to enemies. All sorts of things happen. I mean, it's such a small carrot, but if you do like the way this game plays, it's an interesting diversion. It doesn't make up for anything, but it's really the only thing they've really got going for them that's like outstanding and new. And it's a shame, again, that they didn't make you engage with it. Like the same way Guardian Games has these very specific Night Stalker bounties, they really should have had Warmind Cell bounties. Because then you would have had to do them like, what the hell is this? How do I do this? Oh, wow, this is actually pretty cool. But no, they just leave it up to you to be self-motivated. It's like, alright, why? I need reasons. Like, I needed reasons.
Yeah, I mean, a bounty or two would have been enough.
Would it?
To, you know, bring my...
Oh, you mean not an entire person
bring
who
it to
you
my
trust and who
attention.
can explain it to you in detail?
I just mean, in terms of a gameplay, like, design...
For a multiplayer game,
perspective.
you know, I was gonna quit this game until I played it with Marcos and he told me what was going on in the game. I was going to quit this game. I played it for 70 hours and had no idea what was... I was like, alright, so what else? What the hell else do you do in this game? I really didn't know what else to do. I was like level 24. I had most of the legendaries. I had an exotic or two, but it was like, okay, there's nothing to do. Because I didn't know what to do. And then Marcos told me what to do, and I was like, oh crap, there's you can do that. You know. You need a friend. You know better than anyone that Destiny's not going to tell you everything that you need to do. It never has. Ever. At any point in time. Ever.
That's
so
true.
that can't be your breaking point. You're going to have to play this game.
I'm not saying
you have to play
it
this
is.
game. There's no two ways around it.
I'm
How many
playing
pigeons have to
it.
die before you make yourself fly? How many pigeons have to be left on the table before you become able?
What?
I'm trying to get you pigeons. I'm trying to get you the none shall pass. Do you not want anyone to pass? Look.
I'm gonna get the
That's
nunchuck
level
pass,
100.
okay? I know.
I hope so.
I already figured it out. Because I'm already at level 52. That means I need to go
You get
up.
accelerated on your first 5 levels
like-
a week. You should get the first 5 with your warlock, and then get the other 5 with your hunter, and get 10 easy levels.
Oh, see, there you go. So that means I just need to do 5 with my hunter, 5 with my warlock. for
Yeah,
the
because you
next-
get. Well, I mean, you're gonna have to play a little bit, you know. I play like 3 or 4 days a week. I play like 3 or 4 days a week.
Yeah, for the next 4 weeks, and that should be good.
I mean, a daily Destiny grind is not all that long if you know what you're doing and where you're going. It only takes like maybe a little over an hour to blow this game.
Oh yeah.
I do this. I keep telling you, I'm not sitting here playing this game for exorbitant amounts of time. That is not why I have high levels and all these weapons and stuff. It's not because I play this game forever. It's because when I do play it, I'm really trying to stack all these bounties and activities in an effective way. In the most effective way.
Location secured, Commander Zavala.
Good work, Guardian. What
We
intel
can do
did you
that.
discover?
I don't mind, we can
There's
dance.
an almost
We can do it
unreadable
together.
data
That sounds
artifact here
fun.
labeled
Do
Oxa.
Then
It's
you
heavily
can
corrupted,
pretend
but I'm able to make out
and avoid, you know.
M-Sund 12
avoid
from
those.
the access log.
Eh.
What is
Oh,
Oxa,
no.
and who was M-Sund 12?
See, you two can get those.
Those are
Oh,
questions
no.
for another day,
Get
I
W's
suppose.
every day because I'm
for
refusing to
now-
lose.
Well done.
I'm off the enhancement cores. Hopefully,
Very
I'll
nice. Oh jeez. Did not mean to do that. I was just trying to check my bounties.
It's a a healing hug. It's the elusive healing spell.
Yes.
That's not how it goes. How does it go?
No.
How do you say that spell again? I'm pretty sure that's a spell to get rid of coronavirus.
Oh, is it? Is that how it goes? Oh, it's at the Mata space. Can we go to the postmaster?
You are the leader, you cabbage patch.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay.
You delightful fruitcake. Did you get yourself some nice crucible kills there? I had to get like 50 for the bronze. Oh man, that's a lot longer than it takes in Mayhem. Yeah, I feel like there's so much death flying around. I can get more kills in an average game of Control than I can in an average game of Mayhem. Because I still play carefully in Mayhem. I don't just run around with my Nova Bomb out. I don't have those. I have shoulders, okay? I have heads. You saw what the POV... You saw what the POV from a Thunder Crash looks like. It's literally a missile. You're literally a missile. Okay, did you see the way that looked? Wasn't that awesome?
That was fun, yeah.
Did you like the Fist of Havoc from earlier? That was the whole team. It was the whole team.
That was quite fun. The entire team.
Now, mind you, this does not eclipse that Warlock clip of mine where I jumped down an entire city block as these poor hunters and titans and warlocks desperately tried to get away from me. That poor hunter tried to use his super. Nope. Bzz. Warlocks need nerfs. I was like, nerf this!
Warlocks do not need nerfs.
Oh, really? How many people died in that clip?
No. Like... 5?
How many nerfs does a warlock need before a warlock does need nerfs?
None. No nerfs. Warlocks do not need nerfs. Yes, I am
Well, you know
certain.
who needs a statue in the tower? Titans!
Ooh.
Oh.
Hey, at this point, it looks like the Titans are definitely gonna get...
You can see the bottom of our banner. You can see the bottom.
You can see the bottom of the banner. Like, it's actually not fair.
Yeah, you know it's not fair? That the Hunter banner is sinking through the podium. That's just a travesty. Oh, look at it. Ah, you hate to see it. You just hate to see it. I mean, I don't. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this right now. Oh, the huge manatee.
Oh, man. The huge manatee.
Okay, so that's gonna be our next thumbnail. It's gonna be us laughing at the hunters. To think that we went into this thinking, oh man, the hunter population is just out of control, man. We gotta tip the scales. These hunters, man, you know, we can't let them just take over the rankings. We gotta weight it against the hunters. But do we though? But do we have to weight it against?
Apparently not.
I think.
Yes.
Apparently not.
I think
so
that small
much.
weight ended up sinking the hunter boat. Hunters did not stand a chance. Day one, it was like, oh man, this is gonna be a tense, heated scuffle. What do you think, Jim? Oh yeah, you know, this year's Guardian games. Last year it was the Revelry, but I think this year's Guardian game is gonna be pretty hot. The hunters have been running around a lot lately. Their Raiden fluxes, with their golden guns. You know, the golden gun recharges after every shot, so they can get as many super kills as they want in Mayhem. Oh, really? A lot of laurels, John. A lot of laurels.
Please come in.
And then day 2 happened. It was Titans. And then day 3 it was Titans. And then day 4 it was Titans. And the Hunter banner got so demoralized it sank through the podium. And we never saw it again. We never saw it again.
Never saw it again.
It's like I feel bad. I almost feel bad depositing laurels when I'm the Titan. I'm like, ugh. I feel like I'm just like spitting on him, just putting lemon juice, just right in the eye. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't think it was gonna turn out this way. I really, if you had asked me prior to this, who was gonna?
Yeah, no,
I would
you're
not
right.
have guessed
Same.
in a million years that. I mean, I thought the Titans were gonna put up a huge fight, but I didn't think Hunters were gonna tank for the entire event.
Yeah, me neither. Actually, I'm not sure quite how that happened, but
Excuse me. You know, it's funny. I'm gonna
bless you.
like. I see the what's it called? Like when I play as a hunter, there's not a lot of hunters out there, even in the Crucible or in the events. Like there's some.
Maybe that's the reason. They just got
Yeah,
demoralized
the week
and
one
quit.
that broke the hunters, yeah. Just 7 days straight of L's.
Yeah.
Because did hunters ever get second place at any point? Because every time I play as my hunter, my Guardian Games hood is bronze. The color of it is bronze. It's bronze all the time. If you notice, our Warlock bonds are silver. The Titans have pretty much been gold for the entire thing, but that bronze hood. Just
Oh, I didn't
'cause for hunters,
realize.
it's an entire
Wow,
cloak.
I didn't even
So you're wearing the bronze all over
Yeah.
your back. My hood is brown.
Okay.
My morals,
I see.
my heart, my soul. I'm like, it must be rough if you're a career hunter, just wearing that brown cloak. Just brown. It's so brown.
It's super brown.
Meanwhile, I got the golden butt flap. It's kinda, golden butt flap.
Golden
gold,
butt flap.
The gold, the most gold of all the butt flaps, of course. But
Quite nice. Quite nice.
it was a well-fought battle, you know, I gotta say. You Warlocks put up a good fight, even though you, totally need nerfs.
No, I don't think we need nerf.
More than enough. Had a good time. I think I enjoyed it very much as a
Yeah,
Titan.
that was
Though.
fun.
You need to be a Titan already. Okay, we need to make your Titan character already. We need to go on a headbutting spree. You need to convert over to the headbutt side already. Stop denying your shoulders. Their birthright. You know deep down inside it's true. Search your feelings and your shoulder joints. You know I'm telling the truth.
No. Okay, maybe. Perhaps.
Will you bring yourself to the shoulder side? Maybe this fall.
Yeah, maybe.
This fall, can we bring you to the shoulder side?
Yeah, that would be. That might be fun, actually. Go over to
Did
the
you not
shoulder
see me in
side.
Code of the Missile? Do you not want to be a Code of the Missile?
It actually looks like a lot
I'm
of
telling
fun.
you, once you pop, you will never be able to stop. It's hilarious.
Alright.
But I think that is a conclusive Guardian Games. It is apparent I am the heir. Goal achieved. Goal achieved.
Okay.
I finally got that blasted weapon. Now, Eva, I can leave you until it's time to bake cookies, which is arguably your most enjoyable form. I do appreciate when you are here for cookies. I'm not
Agreed.
too sure about the bounty games. You know? But I guess the reward was worth it. The heir apparent is goofy enough and kind of cool enough as an exotic for me to warrant saying, all right, I wish the grind had been something different, personally, but it is a very cool weapon. So, bullies to them for that. And I got the ghost. I like the ghosts. The ghosts are cool. They all have speed demon on them, so you don't have to hold X before you take out your Sparrow. But we will work on yours. Maybe we'll have a bonus, or we'll definitely get you your shell before the week's over.
That they are fighting for the same
I
side.
mean, we got to. We got to. You know, maybe we'll pop by either maybe sometime.
We must.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we'll get back on here and wax the wax.
We will.
You enjoy tonight?
I did.
You enjoy
This was
watching
fun.
the hunters fall yet another basement through the basement?
Just yet another through the sub basement.
Well,
you mean?
normally now is where we would close out. Yes. But I do want to ask, do you want to, lore crazed person as you are, do you want to read the lore for the heir apparent before we close out? It's got
Yes.
lore.
Indeed, I do. Let's see. Yes. Yes. Let's see. We'll find your cheeks. Let's see where you are.
Hey, I can do Grandmaster Nightfalls.
Look at you.
I can do Grandmaster Nightfalls.
Okay.
I'm never gonna do that in life. Crazy. 1060. 1060,
Okay. So the top says, the Red Legion will march again. Whoever Keitel is.
Cabal War Queen?
Maybe it says, okay, Keitel. I think Keitel or Keitel. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Keitel. Keitel stands in her war room. Her nation, which she has always loved, reeks of failure. The scent is strong. When she was young, she would watch the feedings in her father's zoological gardens. Live creatures from lands beyond Torbato, wounded, left in the middle of the landscape enclosures. She'd seen how the smell of blood brought the larger, hungrier creatures out of the undergrowth. The same will happen to the Empire if she lets it. But she will not. She won't fail where her father failed. He was led astray by his vices, corrupted by frivolity and pleasure. He was never meant to be emperor. He was too weak. But Gaul was destroyed by weakness too. His fixation on the machine god was stupid. It embarrasses her to think of him. She has always had a vivid imagination. Ironically, it's her father she can thank for that. All of the stories and songs he made her study, the insufferable plays. But she repurposes that arsenal of thought toward a new goal, imagining a better future for her people. A future where they rule the galaxy once again, where foreign ships fall under their fire and rival nations fall to their knees. This future will be different. This future will be hers. Okay. Alright. Wow. So I didn't know
Callus,
Gaul
you
had a
mean?
daughter.
She said her father... Yeah, she said she
Callus.
won't fail where her father failed. He was led astray by his vices, corrupted by frivolity and pleasure. He was never meant to be emperor. He was too weak. That's talking about Callus. Frivolity and pleasure. He was never meant to be emperor. He was led astray by his vices.
He was
That's-
too weak.
that's Callus.
But Gaul was destroyed by weakness. Yeah, you're right. But Gaul was destroyed by weakness too. His fixation on the machine god was stupid. It embarrassed her to
So
think
she's
of
the
him.
daughter of Callus, and she sat by while Callus, rose up and let his empire sink into frivolity. And while Gaul was ambitious, but he set his sights on, I guess, the wrong target. But I mean, that wasn't a. I feel like he had a good chunk of that plan, like laid out pretty damn well, because that was a pretty startling opening. And I mean, honestly, if it were not for the Deus Ex Traveler, I don't see how we were beating him. because it looked like he was winning. It kind of looked like Gaul was winning by all accounts.
Yeah, true.
He destabilized the vanguard. He broke us. He stole the light, ensnared the traveler, destroyed the tower. I mean, as far as if you really want to think about like everyone we've ever been up against and how close they got to seeing their plans come to fruition, Gaul actually got the closest out of anybody to actually taking us out and taking the light.
True.
Like, jeez. I mean, he almost got it.
And when you think about it, yeah, he almost got us. When you think about it, the complexity of what's been attempted, you know? Like, Zol couldn't take us out. He didn't even get close.
He had the misfortune of waking up next to Rasputin. It's like, oh, I woke up next to the space lasers? Oh, is this where the space lasers come from? Oh. Why did we come here? Why didn't we go to the moon?
Yeah.
Rasputin can't seem to know what's going on the moon. Why didn't we go to Earth? Rasputin's completely defenseless there. If you go to Earth, that's how you get Rasputin. Because the Fallen were doing it all the time.
Pretty much. That's all you need to do.
Like, hey. Oh, hey, guys, look, they got some scrap metal here. Rasputin's sending us a distress signal. There's bats in his belfry again. Alright.
Oh, jeez.
Operation Didgeridoo is in effect. Come on, dear. You already know the deal. Operation Didgeridoo.
Operation Didgeridoo.
That is the official mission nomenclature of the Infernal Penguins. No, we're not Australian. We just like the syllables. Operation Didgeridoo.
Okay, well, here's some good news. I just got to the end of my artifact. So I just upgraded it.
Very nice.
Yeah, so now it's a
nice.
Completed.
So what was the last thing you picked?
Warmind Kanjali.
What was the last upgrade?
I picked Thundercoil.
Yes. That is exactly what I did for my Titan, because knees, you know. Yeah, I got Thundercoil for my Titans. Yeah. And what was your other one? The other one I picked was Soul of the Practic Fire for my Hunter, because gunslingers. But for my Titan, I actually picked the better guard. The thing that reduces your damage when you guard with a sword.
Oh yeah, I
didn't pick up the Soul of the Practic Fire for that. That's interesting. I wish you had more freedom. Like, I wish it wasn't so set in stone all season. I wish you could just freely switch it around, because
me too.
You do get to a point where you're like over leveled, and then all you're getting is power levels after a point.
Right.
So for me, I'm like, hey. Why not? Why not just give me the option? Because I'm gonna switch it around anyway.
We are strongest.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's pretty well laid out. I think the same way they let you switch elements on armor, I think you should just be able to switch those intrinsic perks between weapons, and let us put them on exotics, like, you know, unstoppable and piercing and.
Yes, that would really be cool. Like, that would make me use them for sure. Like
if I had more freedom, I would probably use them a lot more, because right now it just seems like a way to force us to use certain weapons that they want us to use. Like, it really grinds my gears that the only way you can do anti-barrier this season is through an SMG or a sidearm. That's the only way you can do anti-barrier, unless you have Ariana's Vow. That's it. Unless you have Ariana's Vow. SMGs.
Yeah, that's really weird. Super weird.
Again, why? Loved it when it was on bows. It was
Oh,
awesome when it was
okay.
on bows. But we'll see. We'll see if artifacts change up. We'll see if the next one changes up. The Warmind Kanjali was kind of cool, and it had more interesting mods, I guess. But all in all, I think
Yeah,
we're
I
just
like
waiting
the
for the season.
mods for this one better than the
Oh,
one
yeah?
before. Yeah.
I think
I
the
think
Undying
so.
Mind one was the best one, personally.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Because it had, what's it called? It had pulse rifles, it had scout rifles, anti-barrier, hand cannons, bows.
Mm-hmm.
That's cooking with gas, okay? And I'm surprised this doesn't have anything intrinsic like overload. Or, you know, unstoppable. That would have been cool if Heir Apparent had unstoppable on it. Good God. I mean, it takes long enough to spin up.
That would be really
It takes
cool.
a second and a half to spin this gun up before you can even fire it. That's a balance. You can't even fire it unless it spins up. So it's weird. It's weird. You know what? We'll test
That's
it out.
true.
We'll bring it into Crucible and we'll have fun with it. But I'm glad we got out of this, knowing a little bit more lore about the Cabal.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. Really, really. I didn't know Octavius had a daughter. Crazy.
Now that you know this information, how do you feel?
I wonder if they'll let us do anything else with her. Like, I mean, not do anything else, but like read. Like, is she the one that made the decision to lunge the Almighty at us? Or is she the one that wants to go to the
I feel
future?
like an overzealous. I thought that was like an
Not
overzealous
really.
Scion Flare or something like that. Was that a concentrated move from the Cabal?
Yeah, I think you're
It could
right.
be. But it seems like such a last-ditch move that...
Yeah, I'm not...
I don't know. Wouldn't they find that dishonorable? It's like a last-ditch kamikaze effort.
Yeah,
It's like,
I think
what do they
so.
call
That
mutual... Mad.
mutually assured destruction?
Destruction. It's like, we're gonna crash our largest and most prominent ship into this planet. Like, the Cabal want to destroy the Guardians, sure, but crashing the Almighty into the side of the planet would cause significant damage to the planet. Which is why I told Brandon, yeah, unlike in Rise of Skywalker, if that thing hits the planet, it's going to have serious consequences. I mean, this is why planet cracking. This is why the science behind planet cracking is so. This is why it suspends your disbelief so well, and why Ultron basically that's what Ultron was doing in Age of Ultron. He was planet cracking. He took a certain land mass, like 50,000, 100,000 square feet, corked it out, flew it above the planet, and then dropped it. And if that slams into the face of the Earth, yeah, no. Dinosaurs all over again. That's it. So, from where the Almighty is, it's by the sun. Can you imagine something falling for that long? Hurtling for the Earth? I wouldn't say it's the size of a Death Star, but it's definitely... It's at least
quite a
half the
bit.
size of the Traveler. At least up close. Because when we were on the deck of that thing,
Yeah.
it felt like an ant. So I say it's like a Death Star. So yeah. Which is why it's kind of scary that, you know, there's a destroyed tower. Because that means like a piece or two might have... Well, Tess, it was nice knowing you. Give my regards to Fenchurch. That's the ultimate justice right there. I'm telling you. A piece of the Almighty hit the tower. Oh, where did it strike? I don't know. I'm looking. Tess! Like said no one. So I guess we'll see in a few weeks. But until then, I believe this closes out episode 139. Apparently. Didn't I tell you? Did I not tell you that tonight it would be apparent who the heir was? I told you to watch the throne.
You did mention that. Oh, jeez.
What? You know what? Heathens everywhere. I'm not taking this one. All right, I think this is the time where we say the thing. You want to lead them out? Where are you? Where are you? Are you jumping on the podium again?
Right, but.
All right. Let me hold up these numbers.
Yes.
All right, come on.
Will always triumph over the darkness. I know.
All right, go on.
Well, I think if anyone wants to follow us on the social medias, they can just check out Inferno Penguins on the Instagrams, and on the Twitters, and on the Facebooks, and on the YouTubes. And definitely on Inferno Penguins.
Inferno Penguins what? Inferno Penguins steak.com. Watch the feathers. She did it. Yes. Hi, Marks. That's right. Gotta rep our set. You know, gotta rep our set when we're out in this hood. Let them know who doesn't need nerfs.
That's right. Do not need any nerfs. Unlike those Titans.
Don't make me switch back, okay? You were coasting on a lot of goodwill there, but now you're pushing it. Okay? Don't make me put my shoulders back on. It's a very nice banner you have there. I see you two were there for the Guardian games.
Indeed.
But you heard the banner waving lady. The Facebooks, the Instagrams, and the YouTube is where you'll find most of our sterling content, our rousing discussions, and the in-betweens on our social medias via the Facebooks and the Twitters. This has been the 139th episode of the Expert Playlist. Luke Smith, our patience had better pay off. No! But until the next episode.
Until the next
Wash
episode.
your hands.
No. Wash your hands, please.
Even in the tower, you know, or at least wear a helmet when you are on the tower grounds. If you do not have a helmet, you will not be allowed in Zavala's office. But until then, practice all of those guidelines. Have a great night, and we will see you in the next one. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Those banners. And that's a screenshot. Look at that.